Welcome to another wonderful week of Dungeons and Dungeons. Last we left off, you survived the Storm Giant trials. You
Easy.
got their aid as they promised you that they would help you in the Battle of Yin Yang if you could make it there in a week. Physically impossible. They gave you the ominous, typical bullshit fantasy phrasing of to go west, you must go east.
Easy.
It was the opposite. To go west, you must go east. There you go.
No. He said the same thing twice.
You must go east to go west.
Nope.
West, east. I don't care. You go west, you end up east.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway, you picked up some of the glass that those inventors said, like, hey, keep an eye out for, and maybe we'll do something with you, so you have that in the back of your mind. And as you guys travel down, you did get a long rest. Make sure to long rest.
Thank you.
Because we just didn't need to roleplay that, because that's annoying. And then you guys went into the town, which is a pretty abandoned town inside the northern area. There's actually a whole map. You could probably help seeing that geography. It might help, but I'm not going to get it right now. So screw it.
Could help, but no.
And you guys ended up finding a ship. You were like, hey, maybe this is going to take us where we need to go for the Storm Giants. We're out of time. Ulazal thought ahead and warned Brine that of the impending attack by the Cobalt Wolves. You all got to see Escott Grandier for the first time besides Aerie. Haha, just space is a thing. We're good. That's the map of the world. It's also not perfect. It was a rough draft, and they gave me a little cut. But that's the general idea. Zach, you can start pointing to where you guys are and what's going on. I made that completely from nothing.
We just went to meet with the Storm homies like around here. And
Aerie wasn't having any of this. Stealthed his way onto the ship and found out the ship was an illusion from your favorite illusionist, Jaqualdin. Smiling down at you, he returned to the group, told you all it's Jaqualdin, and then started walking halfway up the plank. And at this, Jaqualdin looks to you, Aerie, and says, oh, you know, I swear the strangest things keep happening to me. It's good to see you, Aerie. First things first, have you seen my dad?
What?
All right, come on aboard, we'll talk more. Everyone's invited as usual. And he comes back and he goes, we have guests, everybody! And all these hands around the boat are moving around and making all sorts of noise. You're a little, taken by his charming demeanor once again. But here we are. The day is yours. It is just morning, so we're probably like mid-afternoon at this point. The sun's rising. You hear the sloshing of the waves going on as the boats are in port inside this very small, obscure town away from the world, ignorant to the wars going on right now.
We're on boats.
I'm gonna walk towards our friendly wizard.
Okay. You get
So
on.
you're still alive?
Wait, what's? Oh, yes.
I said, you're still alive?
Alive and very, very well. And I see the same to you. Did you ever make it back to Tendorf?
No, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Probably for the best.
Well, I guess so. But last we left, I did tell you to go check out my house sometime. That's all right. Bring them up here, Bryce. And down there you see Bryce hear the shout from over the boat from a location you guys are like, where'd that voice come from? Because the illusion of the boat. And he's like, oh, it's going to happen again. All right, everybody. And he starts shuffling you guys up onto the ship. And you guys are invited into Jaqualdin's quarters. If you all follow suit, are you guys going on the ship?
Of course.
Okay. You go on the ship. You see, it looks way nicer. Before, you remember the illusion ship last time that you thought you ran into? He actually has it now. That's right. You don't. And
Ralia, if she were here.
Yeah, Ralia.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Okay. Well, as you all enter into the room, Jaqualdin gives a little wave of his hand, and I need you guys to make a saving throw.
Wisdom?
I believe so. I'm just getting his character sheet up, so give me a second.
So,
He's not here yet, though, so
never mind.
it'll be easier if you're not here for this type of stuff.
13.
20.
7.
Or actually 21, sorry.
Ribbon in there, don't you?
Got her. Man.
Hypothetically, you would roll the d20 and then add yours, since it's a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, which dice to use?
That's how saving throws work.
So I add the plus 4 to whatever I rolled?
No, there's black one.
I'm good.
I have
So,
Although
like,
it is a handsome
you have to
dice.
dodge a fireball.
Get you intelligence
It would be a
die.
dex save, right? So you gotta like move out of the way really fast. So you have a different dex score than you do with
Okay.
wisdom score.
What's his save DC? Okay, I got it.
Different circumstances.
All right. So what do we roll for our wisdom saves?
Oh, wisdom save.
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
6.
Oh yes.
21.
All right, you save.
10.
You fail. You fail.
13.
You fail and you fail.
Are you kidding me?
You was also the only one that didn't fail. He goes, now let's all be civil here. We're all friends. And all of you do feel like, yeah, we are. You didn't even meet this guy. And he seems on the up and up, even though he had an illusionary pirate ship basically hidden away from the world. And you're a little confused to why everyone seems to know him. That's a little strange to you as well. But, yeah, there you are.
My, what an event it is seeing you again.
Certainly. What could have possibly
I would
drawn
say
you to me?
it's even a little bit too soon.
So why you gotta be like that, man? He's a friend.
He's something.
Where's Flamma?
He is-
My favorite of all of you.
Oh, Jaqualdin, always bringing up the cheeriest of topics.
No. No! Not my boy! There's no way you're still alive and he's not around.
We don't really know what happened to him. You're talking about the tall, dark dude with the sword?
The handsome one.
He was alright.
I tried
He,
to send to him. I'm fairly certain he's passed.
He wherever he may be, he ended up a hero.
By the way, this is our friend Bologna.
Aye.
I don't care. He takes a book, he opens it up. He does a very familiar sending. Dear Flamma,
Oh no.
your passing has wounded me beyond words,
It's like a phone call.
but I will find words. For I know out there, into the ethos, wherever this spell will fail, you will hear my tribute to your wonderfulness.
I'm pretty sure that's 25 words.
It's truly, it has been over 25 words. Truly, you're trying to pull a fast one over me, huh? Ari.
What? What do you mean?
He's not dead. He's just talked to me.
Wait, what?
Where is he?
Wait, what? Me? I don't know. He just said hi. He also said, I'm not dead. How did you send this message to me? Please stop. I'm meditating.
Well, that's the best news I've heard in weeks.
Trying to get me, you all. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's starting on that horse.
It's not good.
It's getting better.
19.
Oh my goodness. It's 24.
9.
Okay.
9.
All right.
Fucking 2.
18.
Mosnell, Belfina, and Airy, you notice people picking your pockets. You don't. You two that failed.
I'm broke anyway.
And
Smack!
well, how much do you have on you right now?
76 gold.
You lost 25 gold.
91 gold.
You lost 25 gold.
shit.
Oof.
The ones that caught you snapped away some hands of people that are walking by and just casually trying to take lift some coin off your hands for you.
Just
I'm
gonna
actually
say,
gonna grab the wrist and
Yep.
lift them up.
Okay.
and I'm just gonna loudly be like, "Can I help you?" So I'm just smacking their hand.
Yeah, you see them zipping off. He's just like, how rude, Terry! This is not how we treat guests. I'm so sorry for that. Terry, come here. He comes real close, brings him in. 3 weeks latrine duty. Smacks him, puts him on his way. Absolutely disgraceful to treat guests that way. I'm just taken back by all that.
You literally stole all our money last time we were on this ship.
I don't remember that. Regardless, why have you come here? I've been trying to stay out of all the nonsense that's been going on in this world, and I have made quite a happy living for myself so far. I haven't found my dad. Actually, wait. Have any of you seen my dad?
Who's your fab?
He looks like this, and he
Don't
casts
think
an
so.
illusion, and you can see this older gentleman, half elf, darker skin, also has white hair. It's like parted to the side, and it's very well done. It looks like almost a little greased as well. Very similar face to Jaqualdin, a little more rugged, no facial hair on it. Half elf, and he has some very like noble wares on him, but they're not robes and stuff. They're just like little bits of fine clothing.
Well,
Do I know him?
Yeah, do I recognize him?
Give me a history check.
Wow, roll a
Do I know him?
Go ahead and roll.
21.
19.
Okay, 21, 19,
24.
24, 9.
11.
All of you have never seen this man before.
Right.
And Jaqualdin's heart breaks a little more.
Brutal.
Never seen a guy in my life.
Nope.
No luck here.
What? I mean, statistically unlikely.
Is he like famous or?
There are a lot of people in the world.
Well, he's my father.
I don't even know who you are.
I am Jaqualdin.
I am Bologna.
Nice to meet you, Bologna.
You didn't sound too happy about that earlier.
My best
but-
friend died, and then here you are replacing him. Except he's not dead, so all is forgiven.
So,
What?
fate would have us that we just happened to stumble upon your boat just as we came from meeting with storm giants.
That sounds interesting.
Yes, it's very. Where is your boat headed?
He doesn't sound interesting.
Nowhere. I'm staying off the map, off the grid.
How would you feel about staying off the map a few miles west of here?
Here's fine. Why would I leave if I'm already off the map and off the grid?
I don't know. We seem to have aroused a lot of tension as we were coming over to this boat.
Make a deception check.
3.
Let's see if you...
It's on brand.
Natural 20.
On brand.
Right. I could hear it all the way down the slopes when you came up here and really threw a stink into town. No, it was all your terrible liar. You're too holy for all that. Why would you lead with him?
We need a
Well-
ride.
Okay. Why?
Because we're just the best of friends, aren't we?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. 21.
What, 21? He rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god.
But it still works out pretty well, even though I'm sure it's higher. It's still...
How would you contest persuasion?
Well, because it's a
Charisma.
skill check. I mean,
His charisma's
he could
high.
choose to fail it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, fair enough. We are friends, and friends don't share or do share secrets. They don't keep secrets. I was hoping you'd get to find out on your own, dear Eri and my dear friends, and even Flamma might have been interested. But I think it's about time we learn something here today. But why do you need to go west before I dive into this? What are you doing? I haven't seen you or heard much of you in about 5 years.
we need to make our way to the opposite side of Jinzo, over to Chun.
Yin Yang, I got you.
I know.
Oh, okay, cool. Chun, you say?
Yes.
Those are dangerous waters, and I'm pretty sure there's a wonderful blockade would be stopping me.
Isn't the blockade down by Yin Yang?
Let me get the map up. Just to double check where you
It's on
said.
the
Chun is a
east
little
side
bit north,
where we're heading.
but close.
We're heading
west.
there to hopefully
Gotcha.
do something about the naval attack that's headed that way.
Oh, no, sir. That blockade goes for quite a while. They don't want us trying to, well, us and the northern folk, sending ships around the top
What?
to try and bail out the blockade that's going on right now.
Such a simple blockade surely couldn't pose a threat to someone as masterful as you.
Make a persuasion check. At disadvantage because I can hear the sarcasm.
So, again, that's pretty bad. It's a 7.
On brand.
Oh, man,
I think this dice needs to go to dice rehab.
Rehab. Whoa.
You know, Uzal, not digging you today. Gotta be honest with you.
I don't like him either.
I've been through an ordeal.
Liking you better.
He smells bad.
You know, you're all reminding me of Flamma a little bit right now. You're all making my heart a little warm. But that's a dangerous path to be taking unless we have a good reason for doing something such as that, and I have no reason to be doing anything. Right now.
Jaqualdin.
Personal favor from friends of the king in the north.
Talking my language a little more. That could
We
be
happen to
valuable.
we happen to have our hands quite close to the king.
Make a persuasion check. What are you gonna say, Masno?
I was just saying.
Shit up.
No.
Oh no.
Jaqualdin has
Scanlan saved me. You said persuasion?
Yeah.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Jaqualdin, as a good friend of mine, I think you deserve the whole truth.
He puts his feet up. Yes.
We're headed to help the North, which the King of the North, I'm sure, would like to thank you grandly if you get us there.
I do like grand gestures.
We received a message from the Storm Giants that the only way to get there in time is to head west to go east.
It's almost a song you could hear being written about this. Was there any more to what they said?
No,
There was.
they're
Do you guys
cryptic.
remember?
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna give it to you.
It was like within a week or something.
Well,
Or
yeah, but there was
it,
also
like,
about
on
you had to
some
go
day?
find the wings that will carry you through the waves and stuff like that. There's a little extra part. I wrote it in chat.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I know. That's why. That's
if
exactly
it's
why
in
I said
chat,
what I said.
let's give it a little looky look.
Hmm.
Which chat is it in? Do you remember?
That would be favorable, but that would get me involved in the war. But Ari, how big a favor are we talking here? What is your relation? You're in good terms with the North. How do you feel about them, though? What are your intentions to the dear North and the old Cobalt Alliance?
I mean,
We've killed a lot of them.
We're going to destroy the Cobalt Alliance, of course.
Hmm.
But I thought that was obvious.
I haven't seen you in 5 years. I have no idea what's obvious.
All right. It's been 5 years for him.
Oh.
we're going to dismantle the entire alliance.
And I can imagine that chaos within the alliance would create a lot of openings for potential business enterprises.
I don't need money anymore.
What do you need?
Pretty good hunter. Could probably help you find your dad when all is said and done.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
No promises.
But chaos is something interesting. Chaos has a way of ruining lives, ruining worlds, and ruining families. Ruined my family. Or at least the family that found me. Harry. Do you know why I came to Phandlin?
My assumption was always that you were working with the Cobalt Soul or the Cobalt Wolves and trying to gather information on me.
Yes, indeed. I was sent to follow you and bring you back, execute you in front of Escott, and that was going to be it.
What?
But
ever since your stunt with the boat, things changed dramatically. We started the Cobalt Wolves to change the horrible standings that were going on inside Tendorf. Escott was this young, handsome, strong individual that was able to get people excited about justice and law and helping others. But there were others that drew this chaos out of the group and were thugs and going around doing all sorts of paltry, wasteful interactions with the townsfolk and the people, halting the vision that Escott had in his mind for the Cobalt Wolves. We worked our way through the ranks, and at one point I'd say I considered Escott one of my greatest friends. And he still was one of my greatest friends. He sent me away because I would never let him do what he's done or let him be what he's become. So his final gift to me was not having us fight again and basically in exile to chase you. Those in the Cobalt Wolves, after your stunt, caused him to search for some pretty heinous artifacts. I've been avoiding him like the plague ever since.
What kind of artifacts?
Oh, the world-ending kind of artifacts. Hell-bent on gaining power and favor with those who control the layers of hell. So, I imagine if he's done what he's done, he has become successful at getting them. Rumor has it, he's got 5 of these rings of power. They come from the gods Asmodeus, Mephistopheles, Beelzebub, Levistus, and Mammon. He tried to make more deals, but there's only so much of a soul you can give. He's extremely powerful, but there would be nothing more I would want than to see my friend set free from what had happened to him. This is all very intriguing. I still want my favor with the King of the North, and you will find my dad. But I am most interested in you bringing an end to whatever this monster is that has become Escott Grandier.
Have that word?
We will set him free, or die trying.
All I can ask. Right then. How long do we have to get there?
1 week.
He stands up. What the a week across the world?
Just head west.
He turns around. He opens up a little box. Takes out a little stone. You two, you're all trouble. You're all trouble. No one knows about this. But somehow, you know about this. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
What do you mean this?
This is the coordinate. And he holds up a little stone. Helps me read the waves. Get to places faster than normal. Part of why I've been able to control the seas as well as I have in your absence. 3 years for this little damn trinket. And here you are knocking at my door, somehow knowing to use it.
The storm giants, remember?
Yeah, right, Storm Giants.
They're very wise.
Are you watching, Storm Giants? Eat shit! I bow to no one, not even the fates. Give me a wisdom saving throw, Mosno.
Oh, shit. Wisdom saving throw?
Ooh.
Man, I hit a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you should
6.
roll that.
Okay.
Nah, you don't re-roll
I was
if it
kidding,
hits
I was
stuff.
kidding.
It's
Okay.
6.
Okay. Regardless, we'll set out. We'll try to get there as soon as possible.
Thank you.
You see him walk past all of you in his own like world, comes open to the door. Boys! And like 5 girls. We're going to war. You see all of them like, what the fuck? He closes the door. Bryce. He's joking, right?
Oh, this Bryce guy's gonna hate us. More than he already does.
He's from the Red Brand Pirates, by the way, or the Red Brand that bullied
Oh,
Phandlin. Remember the
good
Red
old
Brand that went
Bryce.
away?
Oh, that's right.
The gang
Bryce.
that we replaced.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
We were
Just-
the new
wow.
gang
He
in
took
town.
Bryce
Yeah.
under his wing.
He comes back to all of you.
Oh, dear Bryce.
He closes the door behind him.
You sweet summer child.
You all have quarters. Bryce will show you to them. I have some messages to send, friends to call it, excuse me, and some of my ships to organize.
Some of your ships.
Yes. I have many
Your
ships
fleet?
now. Yes. Not that many, though.
Ooh,
An
impressive.
armada?
No, 4 is hardly an armada. But we're working on it.
I'm glad to see you've done well for yourself, Jaqualdin.
Thank you. You're all looking a bit rough. He looks over he opens up one of his cases.
What did you say?
He opens up one of his cases and he looks at all of you guys. He leans over and he comes back and he goes, "You all seem to need some help." And he puts a bag on the tables, split it among yourselves. It looks rough. Anyway, down you go, out. Just gives you the bag and you all get shoved out.
Okay.
And you're all onto the deck and you see Bryce there just like, ha 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 ha, as like they're pulling up the stuff and the thing's going and everyone's moving. And Bryce is like, we're not actually going anywhere. Oh, no, did I stutter? Oh, shit. Yes, show them to their quarters. We're going to Yin Yang. He closes the door.
But when he tries to close the door after he's kind of shoot us out, can I put my foot in it and try to like stop it for a moment?
Sure. So as you do that, you see him. Oh, somebody wants to get intimate. By all means.
Oh my god.
As he lets you in, you can come back in and he's going to slam the door. after
I'll
you.
walk back into the room with
Alright.
him and close the door.
Miss Jackie
Do you guys
Chan.
want to check the bag you got?
Hell yeah.
Everyone, if you split it through the party, was it 6 ways?
Taking all of it.
It's 1,000 platinum pieces.
Excuse me?
So you can split, not for every person, but 1,000 you can split between
So-
6 people.
1,000.
I'll just take Aries half to hold on to, while he's not kidding.
While he's not there. All right. The door closes behind
1,000 divided by 6.
Eri. I'm sure you have plenty of
166
questions.
plat each.
How much?
166.
Happy to answer them.
One could say that.
Jeepers, dude. I wasn't prepared for that.
When did you first know about me?
We rich boys.
We were pretty on to you in your little resistance taking off the Cobalt Wolves.
Just like
Escott is brilliant. He has a spy network at that time that rivaled the Zentirum. At this time, puts it to shame. We were keeping track of all of you, but that night, things didn't go well. I couldn't be there. I was doing another job, as Escott loved to keep me out of the more morally gray things he would do. He has such a unique perspective on law and order.
Introduce this character, and then I'm gonna lead.
Yeah, I guess you could say that of a slaver.
Yeah. That was business that
Or he'll die.
was
do something. He might die. Yeah, that's another option.
not agreed upon by everybody for certain, but he saw this as the only way. From Escott's point of view, they were working off their debts to society. Do you know what kind of people they were?
I didn't
They-
know there were people on that ship initially. I thought it was weapons.
Yes, that's what the ledgers we had out there said. Cover our tracks. So you did get a hold of those. But each and every one of those people were either related to or criminals of heinous, violent crimes. And the problem, where me and Escott divulge quite differently, philosophically speaking, is those who stand by and are negligent, I don't think are responsible.
where he sees otherwise, extinguishing these people that stood by while family members committed crimes. He said, why don't we help them work off their debts to the world? Give them meaning again for the lives they've forfeited due to crimes. And they were being sent to the Ivory Tusks as a deal he was working out that went south. It's something that
Ivory tusks are slavers.
was nasty business
Ivory tusks are slavers.
and definitely led to him
You guys are fighting
exiling
Civil
me.
War or whatever.
We were part of the alliance.
Is the alliance good or bad? Bad. Not bad. Axis evil type stuff. Interesting.
Well, there's only really 3 more questions that matter to me.
Certainly.
Did you have a hand in Raylan dying?
No, I wasn't even in the city when that happened.
Marcellus?
That's your whole group, isn't it?
Marcellus came in from the job before. Raylan was during the ship.
Gotcha.
And
No.
what
My-
about Mason?
You mean Nyx?
Yes.
Yes. I did not have a hand in any of those. My briefing was to track you all down and either bring you back to Escott after everything happened. I was aware of the groups that you were and the groups we were sending out, but as a spy network, we code things. So your group was the Black Mark, and you were becoming a Black Mark on our dealings. And that's all I knew about you until I got the names to find you after the boat incident. I learned of your group, I got our briefings, and I was then exiled over disagreements of how to handle things.
All right. Did he seem like he was telling the truth?
Go ahead and make an insight check. You are charmed, by the way.
I know. Was it charmed or friends?
He used a high level spell. One moment, let me get it back up. He used mass suggestion.
Ooh, he hit us with it.
Oh.
Influence 12 creatures of your choice within a range to understand you. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make a course of action sound reasonable. Asking creatures, so basically, seeing him as a friend was the request. So
Yeah.
you can still see him as friendly. That was his mass suggestion to you guys.
That would be a 13 insight.
Honestly, it looks like he's being genuine with you, as this is something that's weighed on his mind for a long time, and seeing it out to maybe get to free his friend of whatever has happened to him has got him a little less deceptive and a little more straightforward than normal.
All right. I think that's all I can handle for now.
Understandable, Harry. You know, I've never hated you, Harry. I just think we've been on the wrong side of the coin. It's going to be nice to actually fight alongside you again, and all of our friends.
Yeah, I'm a little different than the thief you knew 5 years ago.
And I'm a little different than the illusionary wizard of tricks. I have some own things up my sleeve.
All right. And then I'm just gonna turn and walk out the door.
Sure thing.
What level is he?
You really want to know?
No.
I don't care. I'll be
Is he
happy
20?
to tell you. You can see it. No.
Okay.
Well, it's been 5 years.
17.
Less.
Okay.
15.
More.
Ooh, 16. He's big.
We could take him.
No.
Do you want to know how many things are attuned to him right now? I
8.
figured not that many.
3.
6.
That's the max.
Oh.
Right?
No,
Three is the
I
Oh,
found,
he's different.
I found a way in D&D Beyond
He's
around
special.
it. He's got a lot of shit. He's been pirating and getting lots of cool shit. So to be fair,
course.
you killed Jaqualdin, you're getting a lot of shit.
All right, guys. We know what we
You
gotta
killed
do.
Jaqualdin, though, you're not getting there, and also, good luck killing Jaqualdin with his crew.
Yep.
He has a
So we gotta
crew.
wait till we get there, is what I'm hearing.
yeah,
As soon as we get
yeah,
there.
you little gutter snipes.
Okay!
All right. So as you guys go out, the night starts to settle. The boats all start to come out. All the other ones were also illusionary boats, and his fleet was actually in port. So they all start taking off, and you can see Jaqualdin come up top, and you see he twists his hand, and again, constantly you're finding there's illusions all over the ship, and there's a pedestal appears on the top deck of the ship where the steering wheel is and everything, and he puts the coordinate inside, and you see his eyes give this glow, and he starts looking at the seas, and you see some like purple glow coming from his hands, turning to blue, to turquoise, and starts coming around the boat, and then the wheel starts turning by itself as he's just sort of casting the magic through the coordinate around the steering wheel and then over the boat. You can see many of the other crew members are very used to this all, and the boat starts taking off in this almost like tunnel that appears of water. It's almost like you're inside, you know, when you're surfing, that when it starts closing the wave, the wake, is that what it's called?
The wake. Or the when
It does this and you're seeing the tunnel through.
Oh, yeah,
That's what you're all
that's
seeing right
different.
now is all the ships start to take off at and it doesn't seem like it's going super fast to you, but the ships are moving. They're like gliding through the world right now.
It's like super optimized.
Yes, it's super optimized travel using this magical device.
super optimized.
He can actually take other places, as he can explain to you. We don't have to roleplay it, but different lanes. So he can actually see different lanes that will take different times. So if he wants to be somewhere at a specific time, he can try and find the best lanes for the best currents to travel the world. Something you guys could have gotten if you guys veered off your journeys or did anything.
Super
He just got
cheesy.
around to it.
I'm not trying to live that
No
part
one
of
knows how
life.
to sail ships, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's completely fine, but somebody does in Waterdeep that survived.
Oh!
All right, so you guys have a week
No one
to
that
do
we-
whatever you want on the ship as you guys are getting to Yin Yang. Any conversations you want to have with one another or anything you want
I'm
to do?
gonna rejoin the rest of the group and inquire what the hell was in that bag.
Oh, here's your share of the money. You had it, right, Bologna?
There you go.
A bunch of silver coins.
How much is it?
166 platinum on the
Oh.
nose.
Oh, platinum. Yep.
Someone
shit.
got 167, right?
Yeah.
Just
it
one
leaves
person.
left
You
over.
can have 167 platinum on the nose.
Because that's how math works.
There was one extra left over. We thought that since you were not there to see it in person, you get an extra platinum.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you're the lucky winner. I also don't care, so.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Did we
Yeah.
have anything we needed to
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
We need to send a message to Brian to let her know we will be there in a week. And did we do that?
I believe we already did.
I can do that
I warned
if
her.
I didn't already do it.
I warned her of the attacks. You can let her
Okay.
know that we'll be there.
Well, let her know we're on a ship. Be there in a week.
Hey, Brian, we're on a ship, be there in a week. Love Bologna.
Where in a week?
There. No. Yin Yang.
Right. Okay. From Ulazal's first message, I have sent out as my fastest riders and my quickest druids to fly supplies to Yin Yang to reinforce it. He let me know that Escott was calling his navy in there to bring an end to this naval blockade and destroy our fleet. We cannot leave, and we cannot aid you, and I am still not well yet. I still have many more time to go. I'm hoping by the end of the month I will be back at full strength. Be sure to find
Captain Lax as soon as you can. He'll be able to aid you, and Waterdeep is doing their best to help. I believe you met Calgary. He's on his way there too.
What a guy.
Also, you might want to talk to Ralia.
But that's like 6 different sending messages.
Yes.
She has a lot of servants, dude.
She does. No, I knew all that, but I'm also saying it's over a bunch of days. You guys can burn a bunch
Yeah.
of spells.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm totally fine with all that.
Did we have anything we wanted to legend lore or scry on?
Why don't we do this? My new axe, since we left the other one behind.
I'm sure we'll get to it at some point. I think I have enough incense for one more legend lore for the blood axe. So I'll do that. I'll set up the ritual circle and cast legend lore for the blood axe.
Just kind of let surprise be surprise.
I have the power.
Oh, he
I
asked.
see all things.
Gotta get the fucking axe up. Give me a moment. Go ahead and cast Legend Lore and read it to me.
Alright, give me a second. I had my War Day spells prepped. Let me,
I was just trying to think of something we didn't know that much about, and I was like, oh, this axe. We don't really know much about it.
oh my god.
He's so annoyed.
Name. So we name the object. Spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing that I've named. Might consist of tales, forgotten stories, or lore that's never been widely known. Thing I learn is accurate, but might be couched in figurative language. For example, if you have a mysterious magic axe on hand, the spell might yield this information. It gives us
All right. Uzal sits down. He gets us his incense, and he has the money as well for it, right?
Yeah, I
You're gonna
got
burn
the ivory pieces.
the ivory pieces. He sets up his scales and he puts them on each of them. He puts his hands together and says a prayer to Tyr. All the ingredients start glowing, and they become those yellow orbs that pop out. And you see that glow radiating as Mosnell takes out his blood axe and he's holding it out towards it at the moment, and the lights extend towards the blood axe. They start glowing. And this is happening like during the stars of one of the nights you're out there too. So you're on the deck, and this is one of those interesting things where this glow is cast against your faces. So you're just seeing like a campfire sort of deal going on. And as you inhale the incense, you find yourself in those dark, vast plains covered in stars, and you can feel the presence of Tyr. And before you, you start to see imagery. Almost like faded memories coming to you of the blood axe that start to explain, words come to your mind. You see the axe being smithed and put into existence normally. And you can see different people wielding it back and forth and fighting, but it's very much focused on the axe. And then eventually you see the axe crack and shatter, and the individual, as you can still see the what's still remaining of the axe, a metallic hand wrap around it and take the axe and shove it through whoever was wielding it. You see it being reforged, and you see spells being cast upon it, re-etched with the Ouroboros markings all around it. And you see a face you're unfamiliar with. Very young looking, clean shaven, bald, or very short cut, with a hood over his head. But casting these spells, you can hear the clanking of these metallic fingers across it. The spells that are injected into this, he hands it off to what he names as one of his champions of death. With this axe, you see it cutting down all sorts of people over time, and you Give me a history check real quick.
Natural one.
Oh.
Oh, gutted.
It's so. Oh.
I hear Timor is a really cool god.
That's true. I do have Timur's blessing.
The dice spoke.
Timur's blessing.
What'd you do? Okay.
17.
You notice.
I had to. I'm sorry.
That hurt me, man. I'm like,
had
the
to.
dice, the things you don't know, those hurt the most. You notice as it's being used that at the time of the forging seems to resemble the stories of the collapse.
Really?
From there, it changes hands, but you see how it works. You notice that those who use this give off a sort of evil that impacts who they are as a person. You learn that when they end up using this causes their veins to turn black and bulge out of their skin, their eyes sink in, and they become more aggressive than who they might have once been. The damage on it is incredible as it cuts through people, but what you do learn is you see a very strange effect happen as more and more people are slain by this axe. And there seems to be a time period at which the effects go away. But as more and more time goes on, the more people get slayed during this window of opportunity, the axe actually seems to heat up in this molten on each of the edges and cutting through people with ease, almost like through butter with a knife. But you notice that some of them begin rising again when you cut through them with this axe. And what's strange about these creatures that rise again is these snakes come out of a plane, and they crawl up the individual, and they take their fangs and put it in their eyes. And that is what becomes a thrall to the wielder. And then this travels to you with the blood axe inside the hands of Goliath on the familiar battlefields of the north, as you see Maz now cut through the Goliath as he falls to the ground and he takes the blood axe.
So as the spell is happening, I would be muttering the interpretations of the images that I'm seeing so that everybody is hearing it. And as soon as I come out of the vision, I would say, we ought to destroy that.
What am I supposed to use?
What's wrong with your axe now, man?
The one that's on the other side of the
It's on the
mountain.
other side of the mountain.
That's a good point. What's he gonna use?
I mean, surely there's another
He
option.
can't just use his hands.
Just be warned, don't hang on to it for too long. You don't want to become something that you're not.
I mean, we could maybe find another axe on the ship.
I'm sure there
Maybe.
are others.
Maybe. I
It's
don't know.
your decision. You're an adult.
Jaqualdin, who's there, just you guys didn't hear him sneak up on you. Is he? That was a really interesting story.
Well, I guess just keep an eye on me while I use it, I guess. Put it on my back.
That sounded evil.
That sounded really evil.
Do you know any smiths?
Evil.
Oh, I'm a
Yeah.
pirate.
I just
I steal from smiths.
Do you have a suitable trade?
I have axes, none magical.
Oh, forget it then.
Ungrateful. He walks away. Ungrateful. Housing, money. Do you have magical axes? As he's muttering to himself.
Take
me to war.
I've used it already, and I don't think anything happened. I feel fine.
To do.
All right. Anybody else want to do some fun stuff?
I'm gonna take during that first day. I'm gonna walk up to Ulazal gonna say Uzal. I realized these boots of mine, they don't really give me much additional help. So I'm thinking they might be more beneficial for you.
Oh, well, that's great. I look down at my shoes that I've begun to wear through. I'm just in time. Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm gonna trade in my boots of helping time because they don't really help me that much.
Sure.
Boots.
You can easily find replacement boots on the ship.
Yeah.
Nice.
Though they annoy you trying to give it to you. You have to go through a bunch of annoying, no, it's down the other hall. The other hall. They got you.
Oh, sweet. They don't even need to attune. That's fantastic.
Nope.
Hey, Uzo,
Great.
Yes,
you know how to remove curses, right?
I believe I do.
Pretty easy cleric thing to do.
Let me...
I mean, if I can do it, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, I'm going to judge you.
I know I can bestow curses.
So can I. Again, going to judge you. if
I
you
can
can't do it.
remove curses.
In the event that anything goes awry with our good buddy here, would you like to be responsible for removing that, or me? We can draw straws if you want.
I can have it just in case. But actually, can you bring people back from the dead?
Not really.
How about you worry about curses and I'll worry about death?
All right.
All right.
I mean,
Sounds good.
yeah. Cool. Good talk. We have a contingency plan, guys.
Hooray.
We're good. Clerics doing cleric things.
But I also want to have insect plague.
When are you ever going to need that?
I mean, who knows?
Maybe this will
A
be
horde
the
of
time.
dozens of cobalt soldiers all in a narrow hallway. Just imagine.
That sounds
Just
really,
imagine.
really specific.
Just imagine.
Right?
A long corridor.
What?
Narrow.
No, you just elbowed me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the heck?
All right.
I'd say for the first couple days, the rest of the group, mostly Ulazal and Maz now, Aries a little bit more broody and quiet than usual.
Broody. Lame.
Do you guys approach him at any point?
No.
I think Belfina probably doesn't even notice.
That's fair.
Brooding.
Look how pretty the waves are.
I am pretty. I am pretty insightful, so I believe I would notice.
I probably would too. Fucking clerics.
Brooding
helping
looks
people.
like fun.
I know.
I'll go over
Yep.
and I'll look solemnly at the waves and not say a word. And just stay there.
Spot on.
Weird.
Yeah, no, that's spot on.
I just get a little bit of a smile in the corner of my mouth.
Beautiful.
Awesome. You see the wave as it's pushing through the waves, and you can actually see the sun coming up through the waves on one side during one of these days as Ari was out here for dawn to see the sunrise with his thoughts. Both Mosnell and Ari, you get that feel too of like the water, and it feels nice how it's hitting you, but you can also feel the chill of getting farther and farther north, and as the winter time's hitting you, a little bit different color of the water. It's starting to get a little more white as you see around, and ice is starting to form more and more.
Very cool.
And that's when Ari realized the real adventure was the friends he made along the way.
If you think this is how this story ends,
Nope.
oh, you're gonna have a rough time. Anyway,
And then Bologna saunters over
okay.
and takes a seat and is just checking her her bows, her long bow and her crossbows.
Sure.
You know, tinkering,
Many a gun.
seeing if she can make them, you know, a little more better, a little more efficient. You know, maybe add some features or something.
You can make a roll if you'd like. Tinkering check. That'd be your intelligence plus whatever.
That's so stupid. You saw that.
I did see that.
I'm so sad.
This
20 to nothing.
It was on a 14 and it just fell over onto a 6.
Can't get much done on the bumpiness of a boat.
Yeah.
You need a workshop. You need tools. This is not the place. But it's nice to get everything assembled and understand the chambers and everything that's going on. Because you still have the revolving crossbows, right?
Oh yeah.
That's
You
what I
can
thought.
get down, Mr. President.
Yes.
You can get down, Mr. President.
Yes, I do.
If you're next to
All right.
someone
You know,
and they try and hit that person,
See
you
what
can
I
use
can
your
do.
actual switch with it. Take
which is nothing. But that's okay.
Okay.
But just basking in that moment with
Yeah.
with everyone, restringing the bow.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice being up early. I'm always up early.
Are we there yet? All right. One evening, by yourself, Erie, as you're out brooding,
Brooding.
you see somebody sitting on the bow of the ship, far off, hanging his feet over the water, swinging, and he's on what would be a very unsafe portion of the ship at this point.
Do they look like a child?
Yes.
Slowly walk over,
All right.
not blinking.
As you slowly approach, ever stealth, it seems like the deck has even gone quiet at this point during the night as well. You've seen Jaqualdin take breaks here and there during the days, and then he'll come back up and get it going again. But right now, it's one of the stillness. It's almost like on autopilot at this point with him up there and most of the crew trying to get their rest when they have to maintain it during other hours. So you have this nighttime air to yourself as you approach towards it. The outfit you see this individual in is all these brown, like little cloaks and robes around this individual. Not long, but it looks like, brown leather pants and boots you used to play with. He used to play in with, and you do notice your little brother.
What?
I'm gonna, not looking away, reach in and just kind of pull out the dark coin and just kind of twirl it in my fingers a little bit.
It's pretty beautiful out here, don't you think?
What are you doing here, Faye?
Just checking up on you.
Is that really you, or is this you?
I don't know. I don't really understand it. It's allowing me to talk to you. I think that's pretty awesome. Turns his head, finally looking at you. It's your brother's face. Looks as familiar as ever. Definitely pulls at your heartstrings seeing that. Seems like you're about to go into something scary.
Say
Important
that.
question.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Is his brother dead? Dropping somebody in the middle of 58 episodes
Yep,
later,
right,
hundreds of hours
Holy
in.
crap.
What's happening?
I'm scared.
I'm worried for you.
Well, that's not your job, is it? I'm the big brother.
That's true. He starts to look back off and his feet start kicking again. Those guys seem really scary.
Which ones?
The ones in blue.
Yeah, they are pretty scary.
Are you going to get rid of them all?
Every single one of them.
That's good. I think the world would be a safer place.
I agree. I don't know what this all means. Kind of raising my arm and looking at the tattoos. But if it's giving me the power to do so, then so be it.
How much power does it take?
Enough to kill Escott Grandier, I guess.
Is he like the big bad one?
Yeah, he's very big and very bad.
My brother's gonna kill Escott Grandier. They'll probably see songs about you.
Maybe.
Well, if it's gotten you this far, it can't hurt to keep following it. Led me back to you.
I don't know about that.
How come this is the first time you've talked to me?
It's the first time I could. He stands up, starts brushing himself off a little, and starts putting his hands out, trying to walk one foot after the other towards you, and he comes a little closer, just out of reach as he looks up towards you. I don't really understand it. I thought I died.
You did.
Then how am I here?
Your guess is as good as mine. Can I try and reach out and touch his shoulder?
Sure.
Do I touch anything?
It lands on his shoulder.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna reach up and just kind of ruffle his hair a little bit.
Smile and a familiar giggle.
What rich
One day maybe I'll know who's pulling the strings here.
I hope you're the first to let me know.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of look out into the waves and just kind of take in this moment.
And as you do, you feel this wonderful connection with your brother that you haven't felt in years. This relief and this stress, and it takes you back to before everything that's happened and all the pain and all the struggles Aria's gone through these many years, and just a quiet, happy moment he got to have inside his memory once again. A new happy moment, something that is rarely shared. And as you turn back to look at your brother, he's no longer there.
And I'm gonna walk back to my quarters.
Okie dokie. All right. Anything else?
Nah, dude.
All right. I'll stop the recording there. We're going.
Do it to it.
Let's see.
I want to see Lee's character.
We are going to get some music up in this bitch.
Oh shit! Combat time, boys.
Is it though?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
Good thing I
Do you hear this
prepped
music?
Insect plague.
We get
that
off
shit
the boat
off
and
here.
run immediately into the battle.
All right.
I mean, I feel like that's
As
what's
you
gonna happen,
guys push through the waves, and it's coming up on the final day, as Jaqualdin is calling everybody up to deck, and you see him, all right, everybody, we should be coming into the waters any second now. We should have a nice, easy passage the way I've marked through. We'll come in through the back of the castle keep, and we'll regroup with everybody. Sound good? Everyone's like, yes, sir! As they're all cheering together and chanting. You're all gathered on the deck, all ready for what is about to come. And as soon as the ships get out of the coordinate, you hit the waters, and there is just war everywhere around you. You are in the
like
middle of the
D-Day.
battle. You see ships sinking already. You see the flames pushing toward the castle. You see there's certain trebuchets on boats shooting flaming rocks into the castle of Yin Yang. There's arrows coming out as people are starting to dock. One of the first things you notice as you come out
you see a couple of ballistas on one of the nearest boats to you, and you can see these Cobalt soldiers go, aim! And they're pulling back these giant gears. Loose! And you see these ballistas going far into the distance, but missing the shore, and you see them hit, sticking out, probably about 10 feet long, and barely sticking out of the water is the tip of it. It hits before the docks and where some of the fighting's going, and you see this glow underneath the water. And then all of a sudden, the water explodes out, and you see a familiar monster that you've battled inside the throne room, a Giestro,
One of those.
come out, and you see you were in there, you fought them, and then another arrow, and you start seeing Giestros all across the coast being summoned out, some of them tugging boats of Cobalt wolves up to the shorelines, as you see another Goliath general holding his axe there. We take this castle! Pushing in as arrows are being loosed and individuals fighting. You all are on the ship right now with Jaqualdin as you see him looking around. Oh, shit.
I want his axe.
What are you all doing? What would you like to engage with first? You guys are far from the docks right now. You are amidst the naval battle that is occurring right now.
Is there like ally fleets trying to get in?
Give me a
Docks?
perception check.
How close is the nearest enemy ship?
Perception
And how
18.
About 50 feet away from you. It is on top of you. And what'd you say?
18.
18. The other one is probably about 150 away. The ally ship, they're engaged right now, shooting ballista shots, boarding right now. There's two ships side by side fighting as you guys have pulled in. Basically, 4 ships came this way, came here into the battlefield, and all throughout here are all ships fighting along the edge of the map. You guys have come in just here. They actually have protectors.
Boats.
So, you could say these two are fighting, and you guys just pulled in, like, if we say they're fighting here, you guys pulled in this way, like, except obviously there's more room, it's not as close to this side of the shore. And you're about, I'd say, less than a mile, like half a mile from actual shore and where the fighting is occurring right now.
How many ships are there?
Give me a perception check.
You're in the other ship's wake.
14.
14. It's tough to get a straight number on it, but it looks like the Cobalt Wolves outnumber them at least 2-1, maybe 3-1 in the ships.
Ooh.
And they have probably in the range of like 100 to 30 is what it's looking at. There's tons of Cobalt flags, and just as the horizon goes, you see Cobalt Wolf ships.
Gotta find Jarlax.
Yeah. Let's see if we can cut him loose, I guess. May as well start there. With whatever range we got. Get on their flanks and help those guys board. Just keep moving.
All right, so you're helping that ship right now?
Yeah, we're gonna do
Your ship pulls up as you guys are getting close. Jaqualdin's ship has their massive ballistas, and he's telling them, aim, fire!
You got holy weapon on you?
2 of the ballistas go in, dealing damage to the hull.
Not now. For the Geistros.
They're hitting on the other side, and you see all these Cobalt soldiers turn as they see this ship, and they're like, reinforcements! And they start moving around and trying to get stuff going, and you see all these northern soldiers start pouring on, and you do see this individual flip off onto their ship, this big hat on him. He has this rapier out, and he's going through, going from person to person, like right in the throat and out. And you see knives being tossed around and hitting people as the fighting is occurring on this ship right now.
Have we met him yet?
You
Not
have
with this
not
crew.
met Jarlax.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Not with this crew.
No.
Yeah,
the other
not
crew
with
has.
this
Yep.
So we have no idea who that is.
Nope.
We're just like, that's a dude.
Awesome.
He has northern colors on, though.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So we
That
help him.
is
He looks
obvious.
cool though. Fucking Jarlax. Just.
Stabbing dudes. Doing what Jarlax do.
Yep. Being all stealthy.
Yep.
Being all roguish.
So what do you guys want to do?
What a
I
derelict.
want a board.
What a derelict.
Yeah.
You guys gonna try and go
Is
across?
there,
I want a
any
board.
way we can get to the
The dude.
just help the nearest allied ship?
Yeah, so those are ships. We'll just throw you guys
on here. I'll clear this area up. Just splam it right here. Sublam. Whoop, foam. Foam is wonderful. Ton of these guys everywhere. You guys can make your jumps onto the ship. Place your characters where you want. I will
Switch to
use-
battle cam.
You got it. Yep.
Bad okay.
Thanks for letting me know. Now we'll go to ambience. There we go.
You have all these naval sounds.
Internet's a cool place.
Internet.
Bleh. And then bleh. All right. We'll use this for Jarlax. Oh no, I already have a guy for Jarlax still. Would you guys land here?
Was that milestone?
Yep, this one. And then, thank you so much as you guys hit the back four, and then I'll say, our archer buddy. Just use this one.
Oh, that looks so much like him.
Yep.
It's uncanny.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys land on the boat, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Initiative.
Oh, natural 20.
He's gone for the exciting part.
Yep.
That's cocked.
He will be rolling because he is with Jarlax fighting right now.
Okay.
He is Jarlax.
He is not Jarlax.
Plot twist.
Should I roll for him?
No. You
I don't know.
fucking child.
I don't know if he.
Why are we left?
I don't know if he pooped or something.
That's what he's doing. He's gonna roll his own initiative when he comes back. That's half the fun of this game.
Roll initiative.
Can I roll his dice for him too?
Can I be him? No, Lee, you can just go home now.
Alright.
I'm gonna play your character for you. Hope you're having fun.
Wilzo, you're 20. Anybody beat 20?
23.
22.
23.
Or, sorry, yeah, 23.
Okay. Anybody else up there?
20.
I rolled 19.
20. Oh shit. Okay. Ari and Belfina.
14.
14. Okay. Belfina.
9.
9.
Below that.
You don't have a mod? Oh, right.
I'm making a character with the highest initiative
Man, I haven't
possible for
watched
the next
Critical
campaign.
What?
Next campaign, I'm making a character with the highest initiative I can possibly give it. I don't care if it's good or not. I just want the highest initiative possible.
Harry?
Swashbuckling
No,
rogue.
even
Kane.
higher.
Kane.
Somehow
I
we will
rolled,
go higher.
I rolled a 4.
Roll that.
No, we will go even
yeah.
further beyond.
You're rolling for initiative.
Yes, roll for
You're
initiative.
rolling
Plus
for initiative,
10?
seeing where you go in the battle order.
Yeah.
Who's the fastest for you.
Did I show up?
I want plus
You-
15.
you
Okay,
might
so-
get-
Because I have a 20 dex and I get a plus 5 from
I'll
the
tell you in a
team.
moment. So just roll your d20 first.
So your initiative is plus 2, so it's a
5, so low in the order. Right now you've been fighting with the Northern Alliance. You are been sieged and in a blockade for about half a year. You guys have been being starved out, and the ships have finally pushed onto you at this point.
Only one.
You are an archer fighting with basically the captain of a group right now. His name is Captain Lax. And you're killing bad guys. That's really all you need to know.
Killing
You're
the
killing the
baddies.
Kobold Alliance. Anybody in blue needs to fucking die.
Easy.
Because there's a back.
Easy, lemon
Everybody else will help you guys out. All right, top
have-
of the order.
Do we have momentum already, or is
No.
that not till later?
Nope. Momentum is active. This momentum system is active, but you're at 0.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I meant, are we starting now?
You are starting
or-
momentum. Yeah, momentum of war is now in effect.
Got it.
Okay, so first off, Bellona, top of the order.
Thank you. How far away is our ship from these dudes? Am I on the ship?
You guys
Did
jumped
I
on the
board?
ship for the sake of narrative. You guys already boarded.
Ew. Alright, sick. We're whipping out the crossbows.
Yep.
Who's this fucker?
It is a Cobalt Soul heavy crossbow.
We're gonna shoot at him. Bang,
Go
bang.
for it. Roll for an attack.
It's a natural 15.
Okay.
Plus 10. 25.
Hits.
Alright, neat.
As your-
8 damage, piercing.
You feel your blood start flowing. The momentum of war starts kicking in as your first arrow comes out. Bologna, the quickest to the draw for each of you as you feel the shake and shift of the waters, the chill of the air as you see snow covering much of the castle and the plains, mixing with the mud as they are invading. There's little ice all near the coast of the area as the ships in port are firing back and forth. You can see strange creatures flying and grabbing northern soldiers, tossing them in the water, and back and forth you see exchanges of fire as the first bolt goes off. The second
22.
hits.
7 piercing.
Nice. Looking rough as the arrows into a
Bonus action.
yeah.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
25.
Hits.
2 piercing.
All right. He's looking real rough.
Oh, that was my turn.
All right. You see these arrows go into this individual.
Bolts. They're bolts.
Bolts. Uzal, it's your turn.
Right.
Makes a difference.
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the guy that she just hit.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Okay.
Borrow some of these.
That is a natural 2.
Guys,
That is a fail.
All
so
right.
that's 17 damage.
He just
Explodes.
not like claps down, but he just falls to the ground dead as the gong goes off by his ear. A cobalt soldier to the ground.
Bonus action, cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. Use one of the markers that you guys have, and you can use it for a spiritual weapon.
And I'll
We'll use
plop
this
it.
Hunter's. Oh, actually, I can do that, so it's not something we're going to use. We're going to use this
Plop him right in the middle
forgot to roll for
of them there
Jaqualdin.
guys.
paralyzed thing. Which one? Mine?
Yeah. that's
Mazan,
fine.
what was your initiative order?
20.
Okay. I believe Jaqualdin's in that before you.
What is that?
It's my spiritual weapon.
It's my safety dog.
Dick.
My giant floating spirit hammer.
Easy.
Sorry,
No, really.
Sometimes it
Take
just,
it down a
Sometimes it
notch.
just comes out.
We have a lady in our midst.
Jesus!
Sorry.
In our midst.
Yep.
In our midst. She's got some oven mitts. She's right here. Came fresh out of the oven. All right. Anything else, Wilzol? Or are you good?
That is my turn.
All right.
Well, you can attack with it when you cast it.
Oh yeah, I'll make an attack against the nearest
Do you even
homeboy.
cleric,
for it.
bro?
Do I even cleric, bro? I'm trying to.
even cleric?
That's a natural one.
Doesn't it?
This dice is really.
Well,
Booner
there goes your
bust.
momentum that you had.
It's okay. I
Back at
cast
0.
spells.
You see Jaqualdin look, and he go look towards all this from his ship, and he goes a little sooner than I wanted, but this is a long time coming, you rat bastards. And he takes a out of one of his pockets, and all these beautiful pockets he has, he takes a little bit of dust out, and you see him go. And you see fire just light up the side of the ship, and a wall of fire just starts burning through all these cobalt soldiers all aligned.
Classic Jaqualdin, dude. He's always doing stuff like that.
You can place the fires all
Lighting
on the
folks
left
on
side of the
fire.
ship around the northerners.
Like, your left or our left?
My left. So just burn through around as far as they go. That is the length of it. All those equal the length of the fire
This one goes through a bunch of dudes.
in a straight line. I think it'll probably end up going off the ship. But you see all these cobalt soldiers just getting burned alive.
Well, not on us.
Tell you.
Not on you guys. And it's burning out for other people on the crew too. So it's not burning in towards you guys. So the fire comes and it's hitting everybody but you.
So it's like on these guys?
Yes,
Okay.
but don't
I'll
put
just
it
leave
on
them
them.
there for narrative.
So you guys move over as Jaqualdin burns the fire through all of them, and most of them end up savings, but that is a
Still damage.
yeah, it's still damage.
Can't dodge fire.
Damage is damage.
Yes. Thank you. Damage is damage.
So if you ever miss,
Okay, Mr. Incredible.
do this. Try again.
That is going to be
This
34
is
points
insane.
of fire damage.
Try again.
The ones that fail, you see them just they're jumping
Oh, it's like
overboard
Game of
on
Thrones.
fire.
Yeah.
But you see the ones that aren't, they're taking their helmets off and their faces are just singed. The metal conducting the fire right now. And this boat is clearly not well armed. There's no visible mages on here. This is definitely a boat that shoots off like the it's a support. It shoots off the summoned support, and that's what you guys are attacking at the moment. Okay,
Quick look at this
that
one.
ends Jacques' turn. Mosnell, it's your turn.
You're ever gonna get.
Mosnell, your turn.
My turn?
Yep.
Alright. I go to the closest guy and I start whacking at him.
Go for it.
And I rage.
There you go. Bonus action raise. Mosnell, this chill comes over you. And he takes like 1-2 steps and just woof, goes to lay into a creature.
Blap, blap. Get him.
Alright, so I'm
Give
gonna
him
do
the slap.
Reckless Great Weapon Master.
Nice.
Natural 20!
Oh no.
Oh, you killed a man.
Oh my.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy.
Oh, you
Go
murdered
ahead.
somebody for sure.
Okay, so.
There's no way he lives.
Zero chance
There's
this man is
no-
alive.
Okay, so. Damage.
Is brutal critical thing yet? Are you?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So. All the dice rolls get
Dice are doubled.
doubled. So.
Except for brutal foot die.
I think Reed ruled that we do double the brutal critical.
Yes, we do.
Alrighty.
And you reroll ones on crits.
Nice.
Yes.
Excellent.
Those are my rules.
Brutal critical. I think I have.
These are my rules.
I think I have 2. I don't remember
Nice.
how many I have.
Because that's super lame. You get a critical and get double
How
ones.
many
Yeah,
do
And
I
I believe
have?
Emily was the last to do that, and
Critical.
that's when I'm like, fuck this roll.
Yep.
You're not rolling a crit 2 damage.
Yeah, that feels bad.
Always a sad
One
time.
additional die.
Yeah, that was pretty
I think I
depressing.
only have 1.
Critical hit against Ragnorum, 2 damage, so 1 damage on Ragnorum.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it didn't even crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
So I think I only.
Bathe in your blood! Yeah, this is not fun.
See you later.
3, 6, 10. Okay.
He's having trouble adding up all this damage.
So.
Come on, Ryan.
He's an engineer.
He's an engineer. He can do that. My face in the wrong way.
Hey man, you wanted to look at the water.
I did.
Alright, so that's. To start off, it's. I'll just keep going. So. Well, it's 6 necrotic. Sorry, not 6. 8 necrotic
Okay,
to start, and then I have
okay.
20,
He's got too much damage.
30,
Oh no.
Oh no. He's already gone.
42.
He's already gone.
My name's Mosnell, and I'm gonna end this man's whole career.
44 slashing on top of that.
No, wait, there's more.
No, wait, there's more. Rage damage, so that's 47.
This poor bastard
Oh my god.
did not enlist for what happened to him.
Oh my
As he turns around, all he hears is and just splits in half. Just through this individual, and all the other ones are gonna have to make throws not to be scared of this gigantic individual that just cut through their individual. They're okay. War,
Okay.
they've seen a lot of fucked up stuff. You know, they summon Giestros that are on their side. It's
Fair.
not that bad. They got a big dude.
Totally fair. But still,
Alright, so I get another attack. And I'm looking at.
Yep. You see your axe just start glowing on the sides of it. You see this,
oh my god.
I run at the next guy.
go for it.
Get him.
Oh no. He seriously did it again. I'm not lying to you. He seriously just did it again.
Oh god.
This is nonsense.
So
Ryan,
that's-
can I have that die?
Dude, crits count for double successes, right?
Yes.
So you're at +4 momentum already.
Oh shit, I'm at plus. Well, each success is +2 to hit.
Yeah, so you're at
that's
+8.
plus-
So it doesn't. You don't even need to be reckless anymore.
Mosnell is in it. He got off the boat ready to fight.
Is it +2 each one, or is it?
Let me see.
It says up to a max of +10.
So is it
Yeah.
like +2, +4, +6, +8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at +6.
+8 right now.
Easy money.
Easy money. Alright, so
You reroll that. Nice. Very nice.
You're on your way, my guy.
so
Get
that's
it
that's 15. Doubled is 30. Plus 10 is 40. 52. 53.
Jesus Christ.
56 damage.
So Mazno, he hits into the boat. And you see, as the glowing axe, he pulls it out in his rage. You see another guy come up to him and just like, with his beautiful cobalt armor. He's wielding this glorious sword. It looks like these guys are also like rich boys in the sense of like all their stuff is top of the line. The Cobalt Wolves are outfitted, and Mazno just turns and just cuts them in half, straight in half.
Through the armor?
Through the armor,
Oh
through the
my.
side. As you can see, the sides of the axe just red and heated up as they go through him. And you see the guy go. And Mazno just pushes him over as the top half goes off the boat, Darth Maul style, into the water. As fire is all along the side of the boat right now.
So you gave Mosno a lightsaber axe. Cool.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There's definitely no drawbacks. All right.
Absolutely
Your
zero.
Absolutely zero drawbacks.
It is now
Just your soul.
Jarlax's turn.
I don't see any issue with what just happened.
He is
Seems pretty
going
good to me.
to.
Dude, 2 natural 20s.
That's amazing.
That is
It was
statistically improbable.
Oh, I even forgot the brutal critical. No, I didn't. I did it. I did it twice. I didn't forget
You
it.
just did
Never
Three of
mind.
these,
100
or
damage.
2 of these hits. You see him with his rapier going and attacking these
So
individuals.
56 and 47.
Yep.
That's over.
So that is over 100.
Yep.
That turn was over 100 points of damage. You're welcome.
Let's go, dude.
Jesus Christ, Ryan.
All right. You see Jarlax with 2 of them. One guy parries his blade off, and you see Jarlax stop, turn, take a rapier. He's just going right through the necks of these individuals and goes through another one. You see 2 of them just fall, and Jarlax looks and he goes, "Friends?" And he gives a little look. "O'Brien?" That ends his turn. It's the Cobalt Wolves' turns. They're going to attack all of you.
Bring it, nerd.
They have advantage on me. Gotta be fair, you know. I just wrecked them, so.
20 to hit,
Oh, yeah.
27 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Wow.
Natural 20 on you. I'll go you.
Natural 20 for a what?
27.
It's an auto hit anyway.
14.
Oh, I might be okay. I'm okay.
Nice.
Look at
Arrow's
you.
missing you. 17 to hit on Lee. What's his
You have
armor
a
class?
thing. You can.
I think he does have a shield.
Yeah, you can shield if you want to add 5 to your AC, which would make a miss.
Shields at
What's the
5.
downside?
Wait, what?
It uses your reaction, but that's
He has
fine.
spells?
Your turn's coming up.
Sure. No,
All right.
it's just a regular-
So as one of the, they draw their, or they have their crossbows and they turn towards you, Lee. And what's your guy's name again?
Garvin.
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 As he turns
Garvin.
to Garvin, and the arrow goes off, you see him with his bow, knowing like, I see where this is going. I'm at point blank range. You do this little turn in a dance as the arrow goes straight at you, and Jarlax like jumps just as you miss, and you take your bow and you're just like right on the curvature of the bow. It hits the bow just before it hits you, and you just snap it out and retool your bow to go right back at that individual
Nice.
in like super slow-mo bullet time.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well done, lad.
All with glasses.
All with glasses.
Yes.
10 on you. 11 on you.
Okay.
You raging?
I am raging.
28 on you because of his crit.
Yeah, that's fine.
That hurts.
Yeah, and I maxed out the
thing you're a Healy boy.
That sucks. So as you see the arrows start going
Boy.
all these directions from the fire, and you see one come up right behind you and just carve into your back. Your plate armor doing the best to block it, and you're like, tears in me. That ends the Cobalt Wolves' turn. Ari, it is your turn. Then Delphina. Then Garvin.
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 I'm writing it down.
Brooks.
I was about to say that. I was like, we need a Garth Brooks in this crew here.
Where's Jarlax fighting?
He
Garvin
is
over
across the
here.
boat right now.
All the way over there.
Yep.
And he has a man.
He has Garth next to him, an archer that is firing away
His
right
name
now.
is Garvin.
Garvin. Fuck, twice. I wrote it down. Garvin.
Garvin.
I'll get it.
Where? Okay, where?
Garth.
Where are the
Garth.
living cobalt soldiers?
There's one there, one there, one there, and one there.
Knock down the two closest by the firewall.
Okay, I have 45 feet of movement.
You can
And
make
I-
it down. the
Can I
ship.
reach one of the living ones?
Yup.
Easily.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my dagger and my short sword and make 2 attacks.
Go for it.
A rogue with 2 attacks.
The reason I
Very
got my natural
bonus
20s.
Off the boat, jumping.
Just
This person
the
is
reason I
engaged,
got
so
my
you do have
natural 20s.
sneak attack.
Ooh.
As he
I mean,
comes
I
up
can see it
and
for you.
Ares hitting this kobold individual fighting with northern soldiers that are boarding this boat.
So the dagger is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
My short sword is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
What a qualm.
Oh no. The momentum of war is getting real fast, real quick.
All right. First off, dagger of venom damage.
Go for it.
That is a very small roll for sneak attack.
Oh god. My leg.
In the distance, just ship after ship going down. The northern fleet looking rough, but you see this.
22 piercing damage for
Just 22.
dagger
Just 22.
Okay.
and sneak attack.
The ship, there's a whole unit of ships flying sailing a little too close to one another. There's about 4 of them pulling in, trying to push past where you two guys are to allow a bunch of infantry crews to land on the beaches, and they're pushing just past where you guys are engaged right now.
And then
Enemies or allies?
Enemies. 4 ships coming
One
in.
slashing damage for my short sword attack.
Okay, 1.
Yeah, I don't get my you don't get abilities bonus when you're using 2-weapon fighting.
Gotcha.
You hear that?
Unless you have 2
So it's just a pure dice roll.
Gotcha. So you see the blades going, and as you take out the last one, it seemed like your dagger did so much damage, but somehow just that one little extra bit with the other one finishes off this cobalt wolf as it tumbles to the ground on the ship's decks.
Get 'em.
Blood starting to fill all the wooden planks on you guys as it's sort of just now floating and stuck where it is. It seems that the other ship has disabled it at this point, as Jaqualdin's ship is now leaving you guys and moving past. As he's still focusing on the fire as best he can, they're now turning their attention towards some of the other ships that are oncoming, not the 4 going past, but there's even more pushing down here. His other ships turning around that flank as well as they're coming to engage on the left side.
Nice. So there's like one guy left, I think.
And the ship is looking pretty rough. It's Belfina's turn and then Garvin.
All right.
God.
So I am going to cast Thunderclap.
Do it. You won't.
It's a con save of 17, and it affects everyone within.
Natural 17.
5-foot range, so you have to get over there too.
Okay, so it just gets up to 100 feet. It doesn't affect the people within 100 feet.
No, the
Yes.
sound is heard within
For 100 feet, which isn't very well heard, actually, because of all the war that's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic war.
But he saved.
Classic.
Yeah.
What is it
that's
good
fine.
for? Don't know. It's like-
Then I think. Can I use a cantrip and ice knife? Or is that too much?
I'm pretty sure you can only cast one spell.
Yeah,
Hunter. But then I know sometimes
It
you're
has to
rated
be a
against
bonus
cantrip.
action. It has to be a bonus
Wait,
action
what?
spell.
A bonus
so
action
you can't
spell.
do 2 actions.
I don't know if it changes things, but Thunderclap was a cantrip.
Right, but
Is it-
But it's not a
actually
bonus
a
action
bonus
spell.
Is it
Okay,
an
I
action
wasn't
or
sure.
bonus action?
No problem.
That's what matters.
casting times.
How far away from shore are we?
Probably about what I say, half a mile. So that's 800 meters, which is
Pretty
a lot of
far.
feet.
Okay.
800 feet?
Like 240.
No, mile 1600. Isn't it like 1596 is how many feet in a mile?
What?
So
You're talking about meters there, homie.
How
600.
many
No, I
feet
know.
are in a mile? It's like
5,100.
5,280.
Oh, it's 5280.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
5,000.
Well, then
It's far.
it's more.
It's more
the
than you
meters are 3
teleport.
feet. Yeah, so 3
That's
feet.
fine.
800. So then it's about 2,100 feet away from shore right now. was thinking of something else. Some other conversion that's probably in there from the class.
all good.
Okay, I'm good. That's it for my turn.
The Thunderclap doesn't do any damage if he saves. It's not half
cantrip.
damage.
No, it's just a cantrip.
Damn. All right,
Get him!
Garvin.
Get him, Garvin! Let's
You-
go!
Get him!
You see this kobold knight, this short little halfling with her staff, points towards it. And you see this little like light go around him. The guy looks around, kind of shakes his hands, and you're just like, take your arrow and knock it for whatever you want to do.
Just shoot the arrow.
Yep.
So
Go ahead and roll an attack. You have 3
roll a
attacks.
D20. You could roll all 3 of those at the same time if you're going to shoot all 3 at him. Of the D20, because you rolled a hit
D20.
first. Yeah.
Yep. So go ahead and do that.
He's gonna get crits on all of them.
So you add. You're using your lined up.
Oh yeah.
So plus 8 to all of those. So the lowest is.
So I have 17, 18, and 16.
Boy,
Naturally or plus 8 on each
Plus
of those.
eight, that's what
All of those are fucking hitting.
oh my.
He rolled 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
so,
he rolled 8, 9, 10.
So
rolled
it's
8, 9, 10,
16,
that's
17, 18.
16, 17, 18.
And then it's plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 hit.
Okay.
Well,
So you roll.
well, if you're hitting in succession,
Oh no.
yeah,
That's true. So then the momentum would get him above, so he hits all 3, right?
depends on what the order is.
War's
What's
crazy.
the order?
War's crazy.
It depends on the order of
Does.
when they, right?
He rolled them all at the same time, so
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
give him the
then-
momentum. So all 3 hit. We have a mechanic here. So like every time you keep killing, think of World at War. Remember when you took a flag and they're like, "Whoa!" And you can now capture flags faster. That's what we do. And then if you miss, then you go all the way back down to 0, and then it kills the momentum of what you're doing. So you fucking hit the shit out of this guy. So roll damage. Have fun killing.
So you
Alright,
roll
so
all 3 of those.
not very
Oh,
good.
it feels bad, man.
Ooh,
But
That's the first
each of
one, though.
those gets plus 2.
that's all 3 at the
So,
same time.
Oh.
so that's
So I rolled a 5 and 2 ones.
so each of those that you could add 6 on top of that, since you get plus 2 to each.
So
each
it's-
attack.
So that's 11, 2, 7. Right? That's plus 6.
No, 6 because it's plus 2 for each attack with the bow.
Yeah, so it's
So it's 2
4,
times 3.
4, and 8.
4, 4, and 8 for a total of 16 points of damage.
Yes.
Cool.
You should break that down for him real quick.
So right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Each individual attack, right?
Uh huh.
Each does 1d8 plus 2 damage. So the value of 1d8, you add 2 to that.
Oh. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
See,
there's certain
there you go.
modifiers
There
because
you
the
go.
weapon should do a minimum of this much damage because it's a
Right.
fucking weapon.
Yeah.
And then you just have the fun of like rolling a dice to see how good you can hit somebody.
how good did you hit?
How good.
So anyway, Jarlax looks at you and he's like, he's throwing knife after knife, and you're back to back with them, and then you push off a little bit, take your arrow, knock, and into the neck. Another one
Sauce him if you want.
into the. Oh yeah, he has the arrows. You should be using those. Help him with the
can
arrows. He's an
sauce
arcane
him.
archer.
Which one do you want?
And after he hits,
What
he can
flavor?
announce what hits them. So they go.
Shadow arrow sounds pretty cool.
Who am I shooting?
Cobalt Wolf, a knight.
Oh, just like a, is it like a random dude?
He's human. He's a soldier. He's an enemy soldier.
That was a halfling.
No, the halfling was her trying to shoot. Except, are you?
Shadow
Yeah, you're a
arrows.
halfling.
Shit, shadow.
Yeah.
Belfina's a halfling. Yeah, I
I
described it
heard
correctly.
halfling.
He just didn't know what she was.
It took me a minute to remember what I was. It's like, wait,
Alex, I'll
I
take
might be a
shadow arrow.
gnome.
Okay, what does that do?
So you have to make a wisdom save,
You got it.
and then I think you roll 2d6.
What's the save?
It's a 15, I think.
Fail. 12.
Nice.
Nice.
So roll that twice.
Ooh, buddy.
Okay. So 4 extra psychic damage, and I think he's blinded.
Oh my.
Yeah. So
You blinded, foo.
Yeah. He's unable to see anything further than 5 feet away until the start of his next turn.
As the arrow looses on the last one, the arrow hits him, and these shadows start pouring out of his armor, and you see him start going like, I can't see! I can't see! And like the blackness is pouring over his face. He walks right into the firewall.
Oh. You're dead, son!
He's dead.
Which one is that?
You did it! You killed the guy!
Hey!
Alright.
You murdered your first person!
murder. You dungeoned your dragons.
Yay!
Garvin.
All right.
Garvin?
You're part of the crew now, Scooter.
Garvin.
As more fights are going on around this ship, you guys do now have a clear path to Jarlax at this time.
I'm sorry, I was laughing. I totally missed
Don't
what you
worry.
said.
There's still fighting going around the ship, but it seems disabled. You've killed a bunch of kobold soldiers, and now you can talk to Jarlax and Garvin.
I jog up to Jarlax and say, "Friends of Brian, indeed."
Excellent. They sent word to me earlier that there would be
We're
some
looking for
help.
we're looking for a man named Jarlax.
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes. How'd you know that name?
Oh,
Brian.
yeah. We know Brian.
So we're not supposed to know that name? That
It's
is
just
your name,
it's what at this point, who cares? All right.
All right.
As you see just rocks going in the background, and you seem just disheveled, just like nothing is sacred anymore. Anyway. So I imagine you're the legends that helped the North change the battle. Then.
Yes.
Legend is a bit extreme.
Good. Well, we're gonna need a legend to blow up all these boats. This is excellent.
Shit. Okay.
This is my trusted bowman, Garvin.
Hi, Garvin. I'm Bologna.
Hello.
I'm a crossbowman lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasantries aside, what do you think we should do?
Well, your boats seem to have left you. Come to mine, and we will get a message. Can any of you use flames?
I can.
We need you big time.
What about Jaqualdin?
He's already gone. The fire on the ship has now come off as he's now on another one. You can see spells being sung back and forth on other stuff going
Classic
down.
Jackie J.
As you guys come across a plank that's laid down, and you see as Jarlax is coming back on and a bunch of soldiers are retreating, you see him go, "Sink it!" And on their ship, as you guys come on, you can see these, like, basically like what you see for bunny traps, you know, in the WoW where it moves and then the spike comes through.
Oh, yeah.
But these are giant, basically metal logs. Like there's logs and then metal spears on the top, and they cut the wires, and you see these, and they're like 30 feet tall, come off the ship and cut through all the holes of the other ship, and just cut through the decks.
Damn.
And then you start cranking it back as it's coming, and the ship is starting to fold in on itself, going to the bottom
Nice.
of the sea here. He comes forth and he looks around. Sylvia! He grabs her as you guys are walking, and the ship's shaking. You can still see all sorts of arrows flying through the air, people even getting hit on his ship. And he goes, "Send a message to Calgary to send the druids, holding the White Death." And you see her, she repeats that, and you start seeing these creatures flying through the sky. And he goes, "All right, you can use fire.
Sure can.
All right, when it's at its apex and it releases, shoot it."
All right.
Thanks to your little tip to Brian, Waterdeep has a present for the Cobalt Alliance. As it starts flying over the top right now.
Jarlax, I could use the fire to Darrow.
Yes, do it, both of you, so don't miss. It's better that you don't miss.
I have a
like
giant column of fire.
pretty accurate.
You can do it.
It's high up there, though. It's about 100 feet.
Oh, that's easy money.
Okay. So it's flying over, and you can see this bird, eagle-like creature coming over, armors on it, arrows all hitting into it. It's getting hurt and all that type of stuff as it comes over. And just as it's coming into range, it drops it off, and whoever's going to shoot fire at it, do it now. Roll to attack.
Let's see, that's 9
I'm
plus...
casting Flame Strike.
9 plus 16.
What's that?
9 plus 16
9 plus 16
is
hits.
25.
Yeah.
Okay, and
It's a save, so it's within range.
We're both doing it together
Yes.
with the power of friendship.
excellent.
Is it above a ship?
It is in the air, falling in the sky right now, and it's like borderline dusk when all this is happening right now. As it's falling in the sky, an arrow goes up in flames and hits it, and then yours just ignites. What is your thing again?
It's a column.
It's a column of flame. How
40-foot
big?
column.
40 foot?
40 foot.
Jesus. So it's excessive. It's very
High level
excessive.
spell.
As the thing bursts down, and you see Jarlax
Definitely didn't.
put his fist up, and you see all the
use that
people
thing.
getting all excited for it. At the top apex here, you see this spark of white and just an explosion out towards those 4 ships that were moving in. and just covers them. The ship's just instant fire. You see this white gas coming out over the ships, and people can't breathe. You see they're going over. The ships are starting to melt. Skin on the individuals are starting to melt, as well as they're taking off their helmets as the gas is carrying through. And you see all the people on the ship cheering, yeah! And he starts looking around, it's like, get it back in range! And then it starts pushing towards another couple that are coming through, and he goes, we have a few more of those! Another druid goes up in the air and starts flying. You guys gonna go again?
Yeah.
Is there any like braziers that I can light an arrow with?
Yeah. I have a tinderbox of torches, so I'm just lighting like a bundle of arrows. So
There
I
you
can
go.
do the same for you. If you
So
want.
they come over and put down,
Okay.
you take
I'm
one of the
gonna
barrels.
join the fight.
Yeah.
You put down your torch, and then you guys start taking your flaming arrows as more of them start flying in.
Yes. Does
Can you
this
hit
count?
farther than 120 feet, any of you?
Yep.
With my longbow, my minimum range is 150.
All right, we're gonna.
Yeah, you
He goes back.
you're a
Sylvia,
sharpshooter.
tell them go deeper. They can hit these at the farther range.
Farthest I can do is 600.
Beautiful. That's gonna be close to the flagship.
Light an arrow. And
So it starts
Yeah,
going
I mean,
out, and you can see as they're flying.
initially when it applies, like when it's like
Two of them are going out, and one more druid is coming in. The one closest to you guys for the first one at about 200 feet. And you can be shooting for this too, by the way, taking arrows and shooting fire towards it as well.
Does this
I
count?
did that.
You're just gonna roll attacks.
Does this count for
What
momentum?
is the attack?
D20.
It doesn't have to. I'm just
No,
curious.
the hits don't count, but you can lose momentum for this.
Ew.
It's a skill challenge,
but
basically.
can
of
you
sorts.
use your momentum you already have?
Yes.
Excellent.
So that's why you risk losing it.
That's
What you
fine.
can't gain.
Fucking
Okay.
worth it.
So as you guys are flying out, the first one you see arrows start going in on the flying creature, and then finally the shape fails, and you can see a person just falling from the sky.
Uh-oh.
And you see another one of those sticks, and you see Jarlax's loose. So go ahead and roll if you want to hit it.
So I rolled a natural 20,
Natural 17.
a 33.
Okay.
For a
6, so you add
33.
14 to that.
You're hitting other ones at this point, so
Oh,
you're not
no.
just hitting the one. You're like,
So you
there's some of
hit
the
3
farther
times,
ones
it's a
now.
+2.
So you can choose to hit the farther ones if you like, since you guys are in the
Which
range.
one's the farthest away?
600 feet
Free with that.
was
That
one of the
Just
farthest
tell me
ones.
That one.
So you can get
So-
that one.
With a 33.
Yeah, it's
said that
okay.
one. Yeah.
You're going back with your longbow and just
Yeah.
into the night, Brawn of the Blackwater style.
Yes!
Just into the night. You're hitting it as it's still going. Like you're meeting it as it's about to drop and move. You go off at another one at another distance as it's going.
You got a 20.
A 20.
Let's
you,
go.
Plus
Garvin?
momentum.
Garvin comes and he's like, I got you, cop. Lets it go through the night on the one with the one that's falling, the druid. He hits it, and again, just like fireworks sparks, just. As you guys all know, that played the one shot, for you that don't know, this was the experimental weapons,
They had like bottles or something.
yeah, dust and all this we're using. Yes.
Sacks,
This was the
yeah.
experimental weapon, the gray hand we're using, that would be our modern day equivalent of white phosphorus.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a war crime. In medieval times, everything's a war crime.
Or nothing is.
Yep.
He just cut someone in half.
So with these successes, you guys are just pouring in at the apex, and they're just falling on ships right now. The whole, I would say, facing here, right flank of Cobalt ships are just caught in this smoke and fire that's pushing on. Some of the northern ships are caught in this as well.
Oh, shit.
And they're trying to pull out, but it looks like they're going to be caught in the crossfire of this.
God.
And there's
Thanks,
just
Bobby.
How would you order this?
utter destruction happening
His
right
ships.
How many ships are down?
now. With those shots, I think that would be 13 ships. You
13
just set
ships
a
out of-
fire out of 100.
Okay.
And then you also
Progress is
destroyed
progress.
one of them, so that would be 14 total.
All right.
So as that stuff is crumbling to the side, you see Jarlax. I think we might have even hit bits of the flagship, and you can see one of the ones in the middle where the banners are biggest, all caught with that white fire, and people jumping overboard trying to get under the water and all that type of stuff. And everyone's cheering, just like, These are the legends we were looking for. At that,
Just shot a few arrows, man.
That's arrows, really not hard.
you hear shouts coming from another direction, and you hear these bells ringing on the boats, and you can hear panic bells, and it just Jarlax is looking around, just like, is that coming from our allies that we ended up hitting? I didn't think they would be that devastating. I've never seen these devices and tools used from people in Waterdeep. This is destruction like I've never seen it, as it's sort of settling in what the fuck just happened. But at that, you see a couple ships to your side. Northern ships just explode.
Oh.
As another ship cuts through them, you see this thing just come out of the water, and it has this like ghostly entity around it. And you see this creature walking up to the stern. He goes, "There he is!" And he's got all these like tentacles all around him and everything.
Davy
And you
Davy
see
Jones.
all these different creatures looking around as they're coming
Davy
out of the ship. And you see, time to kill the king! And they start jumping onto your ship right now. So the next round of combat begins.
Okay. Bring it. You want
Let
that
me
holy
roll
weapon?
for them. You all maintain what yours was. Lee, you can re-roll yours because your initiative is hot shit. But just you.
Just roll D20 and I drew.
Anybody under 5 gets to re-roll their initiative, so they're not stuck there for the entirety of the game.
I'm gonna give you a little trench.
Let's get everybody over 20.
All right.
Harry, what was yours?
Yours
Initiative?
So your initiative.
I was
Plus
4.
two.
Well,
So I got 19.
Yeah, you
depends
did.
on what
Dude.
do you mean. Do you mean total initiative or what we roll?
What you what do you mean? Isn't it the same thing?
My total initiative is 14. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, no, total initiative. No,
Wait,
nope.
are we-
That's
are we-
disgusting. No, Fina, what,
Oh, yeah.
what was yours again?
9.
9? Okay.
Oh, we're
So they're above you right now.
Oh, motherfucker.
Only if you were low.
Oh, if I was low?
Yeah. No,
I
no.
don't want to reroll that.
No,
Oh
we're
my
not doing that.
god.
What'd you roll?
If you were below
19.
5.
Oh, okay.
That'll put you right after Lax.
Let's go, dude.
Alright. And then we'll put right after.
See if
Just
there's any
giving a
natural
warning,
20s
I
left
do
in that
work
die.
tomorrow as well, so I can't stay up too late.
That was awesome.
Lame. Alright, well, there's more we can do. We can pick up the fight later. In our next session. But we'll keep going a little more. As the ship hits into all of you, the first to go is Bologna again, as all these creatures are dumping onto the ship. Just pull up
Yes.
the. You actually can take off the fire and the global wolves.
Okay. You guys are dead.
Yo, dude.
These things hit the ship. Ugh. You guys have met on Jarlax's ship. You're more here. There's more people. As this gigantic thing hits the deck,
Excuse me? That's big.
as the individual with all the tentacles is leading in here.
Did we blow up the ship?
There's another one.
No, he blew up a lot of
ships.
Oh,
Not this one.
right. The one we're on, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we're okay on the one you're on. That's a new one. Okay.
We're on Jarlax.
Yes, you're on Jarlax's eye catcher right now.
That's right.
That's ironic.
All right. So, Bologna, you're first. As you see these creatures coming down, this massive thing bunching onto the ship, shaking the whole thing as soon as it comes down.
This thing?
Yeah.
Is that
The fuck is
is
it?
that a troll or an orc?
It looks like a monstrous creature,
Okay.
demonic in nature.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Demonic in nature.
Excellent. Alright, let me just find a spell real quick here.
Sure.
I'm just gonna bonus action Slayer's Prey that bad boy.
Go for it.
So,
Which one?
the big one?
All right. We killed the big one.
Yeah. The big fucker.
All right.
So whenever I hit it with a weapon attack for the first time each turn, it takes an extra d6.
You got it.
So fuck that, dude.
All right.
And we're gonna try to hit it with our longbow. Looks big for
Go for it.
this. Natural 20.
Hits. Crit.
Maxed out momentum.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
What is one max at?
10.
Yeah.
10. Oh, shit.
Oh, I have a plus 20 to hit now. Cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle. We got war and death.
So that's 8 piercing plus 2 extra piercing.
How much?
So that's 10 piercing.
Okay.
Did you double?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on damage.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't roll a 1, I rolled a 2. So yeah, not great.
Okay.
I'll attack again. I'll use the sharpshooter bonus there.
Sure.
So we'll take a -5 to hit.
Yep.
So it's plus 15 to hit.
Plus 15.
What
I
happens
rolled a
on
natural
max
16,
momentum?
so 31.
Hits.
Thank you.
Your crit range extends to 17.
Well, that's right. I
17
knew there
to
was
20.
something special.
So
At that plus 10.
Yes.
10 targets in a row.
Yep.
But you get
Does
plus.
not necessarily
You get +2 per hit.
Mm-hmm.
So
What'd you get? What'd you roll?
I rolled a 16 plus 15 is 31.
Yeah, it hits, but what's the damage?
18 damage.
Nice.
Sharpshooter's awesome. And then as a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Yeah.
at-
Woo!
did you already use bonus action?
No, that I attacked. Oh no, you're right. I did.
Yeah.
You lied. I lied to
call.
you. Yes,
Good
I
call.
did.
All right.
So I'll just do that and just keep my distance.
All right,
Thank you,
Uzal, your turn.
Right, I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardian, so a bunch of glowy radiant orbs form around me, and then I'm going to move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 up to here. And these two guys are in the space, so on their turns they'll take that damage.
Okay. What kind of attack is it?
It's radiant damage. It is
Okay.
a wisdom save when we get to it, but
Okay.
I'm going to move my spiritual weapon over, and I'm going to move to hit on this crony here. This crony demon.
Sure. Go for it.
If I can ever... Thank you. Oh my god, this die. That is a 13 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, let's go, dude. So spiritual weapon is a D8 plus 5. 6 damage. 6 radiant damage. Emily, these die you gave me are bad.
It's
Or maybe
you,
it's
dude.
you.
Maybe it's me.
Cool. Mosnell, your turn.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna go up to this guy over here.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna swing away.
Go for it.
Reckless Great Weapon Master.
You got it.
Get him!
Okay. Okay.
Everyone dying.
So that's 30.
Hits.
Yeah. All right, so that hits,
Yep.
and I'll do damage. So that's 5. Plus 17. 21. 24 slashing,
Okay.
5 necrotic.
Slashing 5 necrotic to one of the cronies.
Yeah, that one with the spear.
You come up to yet another creature as it goes and lunges at you with your spear. You cut down the spear and then cut off its head.
Got him.
Mosnell is on a warpath right now. You guys are dealing damage.
Damage. Which one
Okay.
did he get?
That one
That
with
one.
the spear.
Dead.
And then I'll go to the one behind him,
Yeah.
and I'll swing at him.
Go for it. You notice too, like you're cutting through like this. They feel like almost ethereal as you're cutting through them. And if your blade wasn't magical, you feel like this wouldn't be working.
Good shit. Okay, so that is plus. So that it's a lot. It's 10. It's over 26. So
That hits.
okay. There's a lot of numbers.
That hits.
Yeah.
A lot of numbers hits.
Okay.
Okay. Damage.
Okay, that's not a lot, but 3, 15, 25, 28 slashing,
No.
and 3 necrotic.
As the blade cuts through him again, as it cuts across his chest, you see the necrotic start to eat through the creature, and you see him just fade from existence. The axe is just glowing on each of the edges right now.
Gee whiz,
And
dude.
you're really breathing heavy, and your eyes are sunken in, the veins all around your face. You are in a different world right now.
Oh boy.
As you have one hit 4 people in a row right now.
Yeah.
It's a doctor. This is gonna be something else. All right, so then
Hang on.
it is.
Wait.
Oh no.
With hang on, with
Oh my lord.
Great Weapon Master. Where
Yeah.
is it? Hang on.
Is it additional 10?
There's something where if I kill a creature, I get a 3rd attack.
Oh.
Excuse me, pal? Let's
Yeah.
Why did you give him this axe?
It's
No,
not.
it's
It's,
Great
not on the
Weapon Master.
axe. It's Great Weapon Master. Okay. On your turn,
Got
when
a
you
whole war to fight, right? Ease
when
up.
you score a critical hit with a melee or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with 1, you can make 1 melee weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that
Go ahead.
against the big dude
Get
All
him.
right.
on the side
Pull
here.
aggro, please.
Ooh,
I'm just a
that's
young, squishy
cocked. 8.
Not better. Well,
A little better, but I also get plus 12 here, which is 20, and then plus 12, so that's 32, subtract 5
Misses.
is 28. Oh no.
Oh
Man, I was nervous. I was like,
Oh,
whoa!
that fucking hits.
It's like 27 or something? Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
That hits.
Okay. Oop, that's cocked. Okay, 9 plus 12 is 21, 31, 35 slashing,
Okay.
and 2 necrotic.
5 slashing, 2 necrotic. Does he have that slashing? Yep.
Good round.
Got him, dude.
Just skating.
You do some serious damage on this dude. Damn. As you carve into this massive spiked creature covered in all sorts of barnacles and coral. You see just tons of it just starts coming off him as your axe is cutting through it, fading a little with the glow, but just laying into this creature.
I understand the glow now.
Blue blood going everywhere.
It has to be 1 hit.
Anyway,
Oh my.
it's
It's gonna
Jarlax's turn.
One hit kill.
No, if I do too many.
Jarlax is going to.
You got that spell prep, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we have this conversation.
Yeah, just wait till the actual battle.
Where are you, buddy?
Just let let the insects take care of it.
There we go.
The insects.
He's gonna take 3 attacks again. One with the rapier, and he's gonna first toss 2 daggers, then run up and try and stab the creature in front that is super weird and tentacly.
Jarlax is?
Yeah.
Get him, Jarlax.
Ooh, those are horrible rolls. So the first knife misses, the second knife misses, and then the rapier actually lands a hit. It's going to do.
Sorry, that
25. That one woman just keeps getting murdered over and over
lady.
and over again. Poor lady. 20,
She
26.
I'm just imagining she keeps falling out of the boat and then climbing back in. I'm gonna get knocked out again.
Alright. As that hits, he goes to take his rapier back, and a massive crab hand catches it.
Ah.
And you see him get up in his face and be like, "Coming right to me, Captain. Making my job easy." Jarlax is looking at him being like,
fucking squid monster, dude.
"Not what I expected, but Okay, so then it is now Garvin. Your turn.
Get him, Garvin.
Kill him with your bow, Garvin. Garvin, we need you.
Sorry. Yeah.
Don't be. Just shoot something. 3 attacks. You can use super special arrows. Try and hit things.
Garvin.
Can I use my heavy crossbow?
Yeah,
Sure can,
fuck
dude.
yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Take it off, chain to your side. You bring up your heavy crossbow.
Same
I guess
thing.
yeah, I guess I'm gonna shoot all 3. I guess. Right?
Do it.
Yeah, dude.
What do you want to hit?
Oh yeah.
Big creatures.
Has anyone shot at Yoda down there?
Yoda.
No,
I don't think so.
Oh my God, no. Go ahead. Oh Lord.
Oh,
Ooh.
What do you got?
one's a natural one.
Well, that misses. The first shot goes wide as one of the tentacles from the creature holding Jarlax right now just like whips it out of the air and catches it.
Damn.
And then so 2
plus
heavy crossbows.
8,
10
10.
hits.
Nice.
Okay, and then an 11 plus 8, so
Hits.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
So you roll d10s on these actually. So allow one. So it's 9 plus 4 there. Plus 2.
So 11.
11
you
for
roll
the first
again.
attack.
Because you hit him twice.
First arrow pierces. This is clearly like a resurrected goblin. And just as an arrow is longer than him is piercing through him right now.
Getting there.
What's the second one?
already maxed
1,
1 damage.
3.
3 so far. Yeah.
3 damage. Brutal. It's brutal. But as he's walking forward,
Plus 20.
Yoda I was. Arrow right through its head.
The axe that I
Falls to the
have
ground. The arrow is bigger than
normally
him.
has
Got
plus
him.
12.
Woo! Tango down.
Nice. Okay. It is now Davy Jones's turn.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Okay.
You see him as he looks around.
Guys, he's actually Davy Jones.
Is that his name?
That's his name.
Oh, I was right.
It's canon.
It's canon.
The equivalent of Davy Jones in this world.
All right.
Squid monster guy.
Squidward.
Pirate dude.
He's
dead.
going to
Does he have a locker
maybe.
with like his gym clothes in it or
Easy.
something?
Kill it.
He's going to use action to. He goes, part of the ship, part of the crew, Jarlax.
Oh no.
And I have to roll.
Is Jarlax
Pull him
Jack
into the
Sparrow?
ship.
Is that what this is?
Jarlax is Jack Sparrow.
Low key, why not?
Why not?
It's how I'm envisioning this happening.
And strangely, in the middle of battle, Jarlax just becomes a different person.
Mr. Death.
Calypso. That was the other
Oh
guy,
wait,
though.
at the start of his turn, he has to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Pirates was so good for the first like 3 movies.
The first like 3.
And then after that,
And also
it just,
the other guy, but you know he hasn't gone yet.
He fails with a 6.
Jarlax.
That is
Yeah,
14 radiant damage.
All right. As that hits him, bitch.
Rude.
Magic of Tyr.
Ugly.
He knows.
Oh, they all know.
I'll erase
All the
it.
bad guys know each other.
No, we don't. You see 14 people
You're a
come
bad guy,
out
right?
of
So
his
you
boat
must
and
know
onto the deck.
Excuse me?
That's what he burned his action to do.
Wait, hold on. What?
As he still has the other one grappled. 14 more people come out of his boat and onto
How many?
the deck.
Oh, his crew is boarding.
Lame.
Okay. Walk into my space, you cowards.
Where's Ralia when you need her?
Right.
With a nice cloud kill, you know?
I have a small cloud kill right
Just
now.
nice little AoE, you know?
AoEs would be extremely
Cloud kill.
I got an
Is that
AoE.
Moss
I'm
still
doing
in
my
there?
best.
I think I can breathe.
I can take it.
The axe absorbs it. Oh no. Oh no.
As he floods the boat
You have
right
an
now.
AoE spell.
These bad guys have been hitting
Crazy
the gym.
that
What
is.
the
Yeah, right. Hey, this isn't fair.
What? Not the good.
guys are
Just like
huge.
everyone's.
He starts cackling
There's
to
this
himself.
this fog that you can't see
Ari,
through and
your
everyone's
turn.
dying in it, and then Marshall just walks out of it completely fine.
Get him on from
See the axe
Um,
I was
This
gonna
is
I'm
try to
gonna
Oh, boy.
take a step back into the right.
The real
so I get a little
boss.
distance.
Okay.
try to drum it.
And I'm gonna take aim at the squid dude.
Go for it.
Get him.
He's the JV Jones equivalent. You get to learn his
Davy
name
Jones.
if you ever
JV Dones.
tries.
No, we're gonna kill him.
Alright,
Squid
I'm
dude.
shooting with my
That'd be a good idea.
longbow.
Go for
And
it.
that
Kind of looks like a yoke squirtle.
is
Yo, Squirtle.
Squirtle, bitch.
that is going to be a a 21 to hit.
Hits. Squirtle's been eating some yolk. Been hitting the gym.
And is he engaged with someone?
Squirrel's on an HGH, bro.
Yeah, he's,
Squirtle eat a Pikachu.
he's engaged with Jarlax.
What's that?
He's engaged with Jarlax. He's asking
Yep.
for sneak attack.
Yes. He's grappled with Jarlax right now.
As rogues
Even
are wont
better.
to do.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, that's gonna really hurt.
Oh, yeah. Hit it with the slap.
The slap.
Sneak attack.
Alright.
Good stuff.
The death poke.
The death poke.
31 points of piercing damage from the longbow.
Nice.
You got it.
Not enough.
As the arrow cuts through one of his bulgy sacs in the back of his head.
Can you please never say bulgy sack again?
His bulgy, veiny, gross, octopus-looking sack.
Disgusting.
Ew.
Is there any debris that I might be able to hide behind?
Oh, certainly, yeah. There's all kinds of crap on the boat
All
being
right.
broken off.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to hide
Maybe you
behind
wanna
some
watch Pirates of the
debris.
Caribbean.
Alright.
All right, so as you go behind one of the
Because
stairways up to the
I haven't
higher,
seen
the higher part of the boats right now, you
2
take your
and
hide
3
action as the
And that
warfare is
is,
going
And
on.
I
that's gonna
get-
be a
They're like
20
mixing in my head. And I
7
don't remember what happened where.
stealth.
Okay, good to know.
Like I've seen the first one a while, but 2 and 3.
Okay,
I
at
don't
the end
know.
of your action, he's going to
One
burn
of
all
them
his
has Davy
legendary
Jones in it.
actions, and you see him look
Or
towards
both
you
of them. I don't
and
know.
try and figure out where he is. We have a shifty one in the shadows. And as he still has his claw here, he takes out around his neck. There's a little horn, and you hear him go.
I really liked Davy Jones.
And on the boat, you hear all this.
Is that another Gaystro?
Maybe. Anyway, so that'll end the turn. It is now the crew's turn. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
These guys are homies with the demons.
They
It's not cool.
They made a blood pact.
They gotta-
Alright,
they
gonna
gotta
take
stop.
attacks against you
I'm
guys.
surrounded.
Well,
2
I'm
hit
gonna try to-
against Mosno. You're right there for 2
Okay.
attacking. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
guys
is it
attacking
the homies' turns?
Who's attacking me?
you. Them,
Wisdom
crit.
saves.
Where?
Anyone within 15 feet of me.
Okay, we're doing the ones on the opposite side of Mosno. We'll get the wisdom saves. 3 hit. One's a crit. One's a 23 and a
You're
28.
raging. You're raging.
Yep. I know.
Yeah.
I still don't want to be critted.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
Then why did he give him crap?
I was just trying to assure him that it wasn't so bad.
9 slashing, 5 necrotic on the first
9
attack.
slashing, 5 necrotic.
I'm in danger.
Wow. That is 9 slashing, 5 necrotic on the second attack. And then that one is 18 slashing and 5 necrotic on the third attack against you.
Me?
Just him, all against the.
What was the last one?
4, 4, and 8.
18 slashing and 5 necrotic.
4, 4,
18
and 9.
slashing. And 5 necrotic.
Who else is around here? The other ones push them to rush up to Jarlax, and
Starting to get a little.
I'll do the
hurt
wisdom
here.
throws. Alright. That's a fail. That's one success.
How's everybody doing?
Fail.
Great.
Just got attacked by 5 people.
Sure, we'll be
fail.
back. Fine.
You're like pushing off a couple of them, but then they start overwhelming you, and they're all just getting stabs in on you right now. Just all attacking at once, not like fantasy tropes. 6 within your range fail, and the rest save.
So that's going to be 12 radiant damage full and 6 on half.
All right, you can see a lot of the ones that took full look real rough.
Good.
That hits that. So then we will go with the other ones that are going to attack you now. So move up a whole bunch towards Ulazal. You gotta. Do you have a concentration check you're about to maintain?
Possibly.
All right, 4 attacks against Ulzul. 20.
Shield.
You said it too soon. 25. 25, 21, 14, and 11.
Anything less than 24 does not hit.
It's 24, so that was. Okay, so only 1 hits then.
Yeah!
24.
Thank you, Staff of Defense.
24.
8 slashing, 5 necrotic.
So that is.
And the rest are going to try and attack Jarlax, who has ludicrous, but that hits. That doesn't. That hits 2 hits. And then the other guys. Oh my god.
Natural 18 on the con save.
Oh, but they have advantage.
Yeah.
Because he's grappled. Ooh.
Grapple does not confer advantage.
For melee attacks?
Correct.
Oh, okay, then they missed.
It literally all it does is
Can't
drops
move.
your speed to 0.
Gotcha. Alright, so that's 6, and 5. 4 attacks do hit Jarlax. Belfina, go ahead and go as I'm doing the numbers.
Alright.
Get him!
And
Poor
it's
lady.
this big dude is Davy Jones, right?
No, the big
Basic.
dude is-
Oh no, the big dude's
Davy
in front of Davy
is
Jones.
here.
Oh, okay.
Behind Davy Jones. So yes, he's the one Brian pointed to.
Yep.
Correctly.
Okay, I'm going to cast Charm Person on Davy Jones,
Okay.
or attempt to.
Yep.
It's a Wisdom save of 17.
Okay. You learn he is immune to being charmed.
Ah.
Rip.
He's not very charming anyway.
You get the sense that he's not alive. So what is dead can't really be charmed.
Wow.
What is
Ooh, they're undead, you say?
Definitely.
Do I burn a spell slot?
Yes.
Okay.
Clerics start salivating.
I gotta spell for this next round.
Oh, I sure do.
No, I do.
No, me.
No, me.
We'll see about that.
Alright, well, that's it then.
I have a
Okay.
I have a spell next round too.
I kill Ulzul.
It's
Is your
called
spell
axe
axe?
to the face.
I don't think I know
I
that one.
cast axe to the face.
I feel like it's printed.
I must ask you a question.
Huh?
It's personal.
Alright. Jarlax is getting all hit.
No person can.
Starts bleeding
No.
profusely.
Oh, would you stop with that?
Okay, so then there's that top
Which
of
part,
the
the
lineup.
profuse bleeding?
Sure.
Yeah.
Bologna, just as no, you're fine. So you can take your turn as the other guys start taking their turn. What is it? 11:48. We're gonna stop at just before midnight. Is that good for you, Hunter?
Sure.
Okay. So your turn, Belfina.
You mean Bologna?
I meant Bologna. Just
You said Bologna the first time.
did.
He was right the first time.
Where's the horde of monsters coming out of?
that way. There's a ship that is engaged right now. That's basically locked
They're all
onto
coming
this ship
from
from the front, and they're all dropping forward off the ship, through the ship, and onto this one.
I'm gonna cast Guardian of Faith right here.
Okay, go ahead and mark it.
Juicy spell.
What does it do?
I will read it to you.
Thank you.
It's a good spell.
So, a large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range, which is right there, which
Yep.
you can see within range.
Definitely.
Thank you. It's indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your deity.
Yep.
You can flavor that if you think it's more appropriate.
Yeah, no, it's good. There you go.
Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dex saving throw. Takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half on a successful one, and then it just goes away once it deals 60 damage.
Okay. Well, that's probably gonna do 60 damage really
The
fucking
dex
quick.
save is 15.
Okay. Alright, what else?
That's all I can do, actually.
Okay.
Realistically.
Don't you have spiritual? Oh wait, no.
No, I
Uzal,
didn't
your
cast it.
turn.
All right.
Just throw it there.
Then Jarlax.
I'm gonna use Channel Divinity to turn undead.
Tell me what Turn Undead reads as.
Give me just one brief moment.
Sure.
I actually am a pretty high level, so it would destroy most undead. But
But what kind of undead? I need to know.
It just says undead.
undead.
Yeah.
if they're undead, then they have to succeed on a wisdom save.
It reads as
Yeah.
when an undead fails its saving throw against your turn undead feature, it is instantly destroyed if its CR is lower than the threshold for your level. So you should check on what that is.
If its CR is lower than 2.
It's pretty high.
That's actually pretty. Yeah, like,
Two is pretty high.
that's actually pretty high.
That's pretty high.
Davy Jones might be okay, but everyone else is probably screwed. Even then, I don't know if Davy Jones is okay.
If the ones aren't
Drop
instantly destroyed, then some of them are turned and have to take movement against me. Can't get closer to me.
Like, it says undead on the classification. So they got to make the saves.
Wisdom saves.
Of
17.
What high? He's maxed.
Yep.
He's maxed out,
These,
guys.
these are ghosts, so
Oh, they're
Yeah.
gonna get bopped by the thing.
You came to the wrong neighborhood.
Came to the wrong ship.
we got
Where's
righteous
that 20?
power here.
nat 20 and then
Davy Jones is fine.
fails. Davy Jones, I didn't even roll for him now.
Oh.
His crit rating's high. It's a what save?
Wisdom.
Swished him.
Wisdom?
Swedish wisdom.
Schwist.
Yeah, it's a 20 something.
Yeah, he's fine. But
Okay.
He's so wise.
what is the
Save.
CR of these creatures?
I'm not finding it right now, but I guarantee they're not.
Are they just normal ghosts?
Yeah, they're Davy Jones ghosts, so
So they're special.
so they're a little different, but
They
they're
special.
not challenge rating 2 or higher. That's a nat 1.
Davy
Yeah, what's a 2? Like what?
Yeah, what is it?
2, I think, is like a dire wolf.
Okay.
Okay.
So like a
Because I was like, 2 is
strong
not like
version.
ultra powerful, but it's like relatively strong. Like 2 is
Yeah.
2 is pretty
You
high.
know what?
It's-
I know
it's
exactly
not
where I
like,
can find it if I go into the beta.
Yeah,
like-
2
Yeah,
is.
I was just about
Basically,
to
I
go
was
there,
like, 2 is not a bunch of chumps. Like
No, yeah.
2
isn't like
2 is pretty
average
good.
Oh, let me
bros.
double check before they get obliterated.
Should look at.
I mean,
You don't have to. Oh no, they're challenge rating 4.
oh really?
Fuck.
Okay.
So they
Well,
run
they
away.
they still get the turn.
Turned.
Okay, so anyway, what's the deal? 3 saved, the rest failed,
Okay, so
which is brutal.
uh,
How many? And what's the range? What's the AOE?
give me just a hot second, because I hardly ever use this for some reason. Channel Divinity. Turn undead. 30 feet of me. So,
Okay.
a creature fails its saving throw, it's turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from me as it can, and it can't willingly move to a place within 30 feet of me. It also can't take reactions.
So all of them start pushing back towards the boat, and he goes, "What are you all cowards?" And they all push back except save 3. Davy Jones, the big fucking guy, and take just one of the guys engage with
Anything
you.
moving this way within 10 feet of the guardian.
Yeah,
is gonna
everything
get
on that side.
bopped.
So that'd be 4 of them. So then,
They have to make dex saves of 15.
okay.
Cleric's combo.
3 fail, 1 saves.
Well, if 3 fail, that's 20 damage to those 3,
That's it then. So they just obliterate those 3.
and then it goes away.
Take 3 off the
Dissipates.
board, and then it goes away.
Got him.
As you see from the creature there, you
These guys
see
aren't
this
away.
version of basically what's that?
These
Yeah,
ones are
yeah,
running
yeah.
away.
Basically like a spear, it's like out of the water that forms, and you see this a lizard folk looking creature, and it just takes these spears and just puts it through their heads.
Like fish in a barrel.
Gangster.
All right. So then that ends Ulazal's turn.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Okay.
It's going to be a 24 against Yay Guy.
Yeah, it is.
Alright,
It
that's-
was right here. It got moved.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it closer. That's the wrong die. Sorry. I don't play clerics very often. That's gonna be 8 radiant damage.
8 radiant. All right. Okay. That would be that number, which is then that number, which is now that number. Okay. Cool. Mosnell, then
You
Jarlax.
took my character off
then
the board.
Marvin.
It is 11:55, just so you know.
Okay. So everybody just get ready to do something. Go ahead and roll up with your attacks. You can roll up with your attacks.
Roll them up.
Jarlax is already disengaging, and now you're attacking. Jarlax breaks free of the grapple, and he starts moving backwards.
It's the same thing every time.
For you, we're keeping it simple.
25. Like it hits.
It hits. Yeah, it hits.
25 plus. Like 7, yeah.
So you're just adding 22.
It's like 32.
Okay, go ahead. Did I have anything if you guys get hit, you lose momentum?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's just if you miss.
Yeah, it's if you
Yeah.
miss.
I think it's just like plus.
I mean-
what? So it's plus 12.
Honestly,
plus-
but that's how it's supposed to be
plus
working
16,
because you guys are
plus
going to
12,
cut down
but
the
then-
minions,
minus
and
five.
then when you go
Minus
against big
5.
guys, they're literally just going to force you to fail with
So-
legendary resistances. So,
Yeah.
or whatever they do.
Yo, or just teleporting away like assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of things to do.
Oh, we're hurt. We're gonna just leave. You'll get the loot.
Yep.
So 5.
Most people
So
want to
that just
live.
means all your arrows are considered magic for the
Not all our
purposes of
NPCs like Gush, you got me.
Like, since
28
these guys are
slashing.
ghosts, like,
Against the big
all arrows
guy?
can
Yeah.
hit 'em.
Okay.
Since you're
4
a magic character,
necrotic.
your arrows are like magical, so you can get 'em.
So should I do that?
And I'll go for
I
a
mean,
second
that's not
attack.
something you
Yeah.
need to do. That just happens because of who you are.
Same.
You're
It's
such a badass, you can shoot
same
bows.
to hit.
Yeah, it's fine.
So who are these guys like?
And then
You could,
Play against them. What
history.
weapons should I employ?
you know,
I summon.
You guys are lucky I forgot to attack them.
29.
you could probably hit them, a bunch of them with like a piercing arrow.
30,
Get, like, a nice
32
line.
slashing,
Okay.
Okay.
You could do
2
that.
necrotic,
Okay.
and then I'm going to bonus
You just, like, line
action
up your shot, and I think it's, like,
Storm Aura
Yep.
and get 4 temporary hit points.
Dope.
Excellent
so
work.
like 30
Mazno
Yeah.
carving into this thing,
From
and you
wherever,
see it
like,
getting
you, like,
mad,
shoot from
and
over
just
there,
blood
like,
is falling.
30
This
feet
blue,
behind whoever
glowing
you hit,
blood.
all of those
It looks like
creatures
something
take
you'd
that
find
damage.
far into the sea.
Through the big dude.
It's gonna
Oh my
swing
God.
at you.
Basically, with this,
In the Valkyrie
Sounds like
fight,
Yeah.
in the other campaign,
Yep.
I don't think I ever made it take the frost armor damage from my thing.
No, you didn't. Also would have beat it.
God damn it! I'm so stupid.
Yeah. Complain all you guys want. You could have easily beat it if you just
I'm
went shit
so
at this game.
bad at D&D.
Why are you so
Unfair.
bad at Dungeons
It's
and
so
Dragons,
unfair.
self?
Why am I so stupid?
20 to hit.
I'm 1 off.
Mazno, 20 to hit. 16 to hit. 16 to hit.
What, 20, 16, 16?
Yeah.
they hit.
They all hit. My armor class
This
is
giant creature just starts bites at you and tries to rip your appendages off you.
Oof.
Does it work?
We're
They
about
all
to
work.
find out.
They all hit.
Where are you?
Start.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Guys.
I was gonna heal you, but then I learned that they were undead, so
12
I'm like,
points.
screw these guys.
12 points of
12,
piercing
right?
damage to you.
yeah.
Okay.
And 2 necrotic. Fuck me, man.
Oh,
5
baby.
points
Nice.
of slashing
that's,
damage and 2 necrotic.
No, that was
And
so
13
it's,
points of slashing and 2 necrotic.
Yes, it's 16, 18, 20.
As the thing just puts all its focus into you, as you've ripped it to shreds, it tries to return the favor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as Mazno starts to rip, you see his like red blood, but some of it seems darker than normal, as it's covering the ship's floor right now. With that, how much damage did you do, and who did you attack? Garvin.
Alright, so I shifted my character
Yep.
over to the other side of the ship.
No,
no.
that's Eerie.
That's the I'm the
Up.
tall
Up.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
There
that
you go.
side.
Yep.
So I can line up an attack
Yep.
on these on the middle guy or the big guy.
Yep. Yep.
And then I rolled an 8, a 10, and a 16
Okay.
Plus 8 to each of those.
plus 8 to each of those because I'm using the heavy crossbow.
Yep.
And then I used piercing arrows.
What was the lowest one again?
16.
16.
All hit.
Okay, cool. So I used piercing arrows
Okay.
Dex this.
to what are those again?
So creates a line 1 foot wide and 30 feet long through him.
18 save.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Okay.
But they take 1d6 half on success. So you get to roll this extra damage on top of your normal damage.
Okay.
All right, from the range, you start lining up as it starts ripping into Maz. Now you see arrow Maz now as it's hitting into you.
And then roll that too.
One go into it, another go into it. How much damage?
So the arrows. Oh, nice.
Nice.
So the
So-
arrows.
Wait. So I did 2 5s and a 7,
Okay.
So it's 12
and then
or 17. right there.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
That's alright.
17
17
plus
plus.
your modifiers.
Wait, which one's the 17?
Let's see your 3 attacks.
Oh, let's add it together?
Yeah.
Okay, and then plus 6, so.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
I don't know. What do you advise?
You can describe how you would like your arrows to murder this gigantic creature.
What would best?
Use your imagination.
Fucking nerds.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot the big guy,
Yeah.
and it's gonna go straight through the guys behind him. Right?
What do you mean?
Well, he had the piercing shot.
Yeah.
A piercing shot. and
Sure. So it goes through him, and you see the other ones like push back from the turn undead. It goes through the big thing and it starts pinning some of them, even though they're still undead, to the walls of the ship. Back through that, you see the thing. As Maz now, you see it stop focusing on you, as there's just a giant gap now in it from the piercing shot, and you see this just blood flops down onto the thing. What else would you like to do to it? Because it's just one arrow.
That's one arrow. Oh,
You got the other two to finish it off. Yeah.
Oh, so I guess I'll just fire the other 2 arrows at him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish them off.
Yeah. So then the other one goes through, pins another one, and then the last one right into its head. And it goes and falls on Mosnell. Make a dex saving throw, Mosnell.
Yeah, and then I kick him between the legs, you know, like right in the...
Yeah, right
Take
in the
that.
nards. I get advantage on dex.
All right.
Nice.
All right, so that I think that's +3 for
think you're
dex.
Gucci.
We got
So, dex is an 18.
8. Oh, save. So you don't take any damage. You push through it as it comes down and just cracks into the deck and sinks in a good 2 inches into the deck and starts pouring into the boards towards the bottom. Luckily, he's on some of the beams where they meet there. And you see the creature down. You see the Davy Jones looking character look around and be like, wow, we got a bunch of fighters on our hands. And at that, it's now Davy Jones' turn. With
Wisdom save.
Dead.
I thought that was Davy Jones.
This is Davy Jones here.
Oh. I was confused.
That was his big dude.
I thought Big Dude was Davy Jones.
Davy Jones is the tentacle dude.
Could you attack him?
What's up?
Can people attack him?
Yeah.
Or is it like unattackable?
Jarlax is face to face with him right now. Fighting him.
A lot of people can hit ghosts. If you got a magic weapon, you could probably kill ghosts.
Magic.
Davy Jones.
What is this?
Right.
What is this?
Davy Jones.
What is this?
It's Davy Jones.
What is this? Is there a laundry?
Anyway, what'd you roll in damage?
You take 7 radiant.
Saving radiant on the save.
Yeah.
He's just doing laundry.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Where's Davies? What's the number?
He's dead, right?
Not included.
Okay. At that, the start of his turn, you feel a quaking in the boat, and you see the whole back of the boat where all the Northerners sink down, and above it, you see this gigantic fish-looking monster start screaming, and over the sides, these tentacles come out, and as you recognize, a kraken.
Are you kidding
Probably the
me?
real one this time.
Jaqualdin, did you do this? Oh my god.
Oh boy.
That's behind me.
You're gonna get eaten.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, you guys can spread out the tentacles real quick.
Don't ask me to spread out your tentacles.
That's gross, man.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session, as the kraken
As the tentacles are spread.
explodes out of the water around Captain
do you want 'em on the
Jarlax's
side?
ship. Yeah, put them on the side of the water.
side, okay.
Actually, some can come through the middle. That would actually make sense too. So
Oh,
you can have
so
some of
you
them bursting through the center of the hull. And that's where we'll leave off this week's episode.
Ugh.
Of Dungeons and Dungeons.
In Dungeons and Dungeons.
Dungeons.
Oh god.
Who's the fish?
That's too close.
That's the Kraken.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to even.
God dang it. Kraken. Are you kidding me?
No,
Bro!
no, I'm not kidding.
He's Davy Jones. He owns the Kraken. That's
That's his thing.
his thing. It is known.
He's gonna leave.
It is